Hey, how are you?
I'm good. How you doing?
Great. What do you got for us today?
So first, I just want to establish like the grounds that I'm working on. Do you believe all three of those?
Yes.
Okay. So trans women are not women, and we know this because we have to call them trans. And to say that you feel like a woman, but you are not a woman, you can't know how they feel, so you don't know what you feel like. You just don't feel like a man. And if you like pink things and fluffy things, that doesn't make you a woman. Because I know a lot of tough women that don't like those things. That doesn't make them not a woman. And just because you like dresses and wigs doesn't say that you know what being a woman feels, what a woman feels like, because a lot of them don't even like that stuff.
Okay.
Like,
All right.
so,
First of all, can you lower the background music, the noise?
sorry, that's my
Um,
wife.
Now, to respond to this, I would say that this is a complete straw man. You just rendered a complete straw man of my view.
I know that you
Uh,
can
tr-
call it a straw
trans,
man.
we're not saying trans women are women because they have the experience of woman.
That's what they say.
Or we say that they have one particular experience, and that means womanhood entails a specific experience. No, what we're saying is that it's an identity that encompasses various different experiences. And
One of those
so
experiences that a woman has that makes them understand that they're a woman.
there's no, that's the point. There is no one particular experience that all women have. It just doesn't exist.
Yes, there is.
What is,
It
what's the one experience that every single woman has?
being born that way.
Same applies to trans women. So that means trans
No,
women
it
are women.
doesn't, because they have to augment themselves to become what they say that
No,
they
no, no,
are.
no, not at all. No,
That's
no.
the difference in experience.
So in my view, what woman means is an identity. It's a gender identity that aligns with female typical traits, and women have this identity ever
What's the
since they were
female
born.
typical trait?
I'm sorry.
If no woman has the same experiences, then there is no such thing as a female typical trait.
No, not at all. The wearing makeup
So
is a female typical trait.
that's not a
Having
female
long
typical
hair is
trait
female
because
typical.
men are doing that and saying that they're women.
But it's typical of women to wear makeup, right?
So what about Brad Pitt?
Uh, You didn't. Yeah, I know that there is
So
some
what
men that
about
wear
Samuel
makeup.
Jackson?
The point is that
They're not being
it's
women, they're just
typical.
wearing makeup.
Hold on, hold on.
Sorry, go ahead.
It's typical of females to wear makeup in society. And so when we say what a woman is, we're building an archetype. We're building an archetype based on the cluster of features. And so, for example, makeup, long hair, right, nurturing qualities, all that, that is going to be encompassed by an identity. That identity is what trans women have. Therefore, trans women are women because they have a woman identity. It's not based on one trait or two traits, it's based on a cluster of traits.
So if I wear a Batman outfit every day and I climb up to the top of buildings and I glare and then I say I'm Batman and I do this 365 days of the year, am I a superhero?
No, because
Okay, then. So
again, this is
that doesn't matter.
disanalogous. This is disanalogous to what we're saying because
No,
we're
no,
not
no.
saying just dressing up as a woman makes you
No, no,
woman. That's
no.
not
No,
what we're
I'm
saying.
actively doing this for 365 days out of the year. I'm saying to myself that this is what I am. I truly believe this.
It's
Am I a
disanalogous. You're
superhero?
raising it. It's another disanalogous scenario because being a trans woman, it doesn't mean that we say, oh, because they say they're woman, that means they're woman, or because they dress like women, that means they're woman. That's
I
not the
didn't say
argument.
that. And
The
that's not my
argument is
argument either.
The
My
argument is that
argument,
that's their identity that they were
right,
born with. They
right,
didn't choose to be transgender. They didn't
exactly,
choose to be women, just like I didn't choose to be a man.
right,
That's why trans women are women because that's their identity that they have.
right. So if I'm a man, I'm gonna say this again because you're saying the same things, but you don't like what I'm saying. So if I'm a man that 365 days out of a year, I dress as Batman, I go up to the top of buildings and I scowl, and I
It's
say
not
to myself,
dressing. You're
"Hold on,
trying
my
to
guy.
say, oh,
I'm
what
not
if I
saying
dress
dressing.
like Batman? Does that make me
Hold on,
Batman?
hold on. That's not what I'm
No, no,
saying.
no, no, no. You have to listen. You can't repeat yourself. You're not listening to me.
But that's not what I'm saying. So you're saying
No,
something.
listen. You're
Okay,
asking
well
me,
maybe
you're trying to raise the analogy that if I dress up as Batman, that doesn't make me Batman. I agree.
wrong,
But that's
wrong.
not what we're saying. We're not
That's not what
saying
I'm
that
saying
dressing.
either.
Hold on, sir. Hold
If I'm
on.
saying it's not what I'm saying, why do you keep going down that
Just
rabbit hole?
listen. Just
It's not
listen.
what I'm saying.
Just
You
listen.
have to listen first to defute
I
me.
already
To
heard your
refute,
argument. I
no,
already
you
heard
didn't. To
it. I
refute
already
me, you
heard
have
it.
to. Oh my goodness, go ahead.
Stop. Okay. Trans women are not just merely saying they're women and dressing as women, therefore that makes them women. That's not what the argument is here on our side. The argument is it's an identity, a deep internal sense of self. It's not a claim, it's not just a belief. It's deeper than that. It's wired into the brain. We know that neurobiologically, gender is wired into our brains. And so, no, it's not analogous to just saying you're Batman and dressing up as Batman. That is not analogous. That analogy fails because it doesn't capture the neuroscience
Exactly.
on behalf of gender identities.
Exactly. That's why I didn't say that. So what I was saying was, if a man truly believes this and he does these and he performs that act every night because he truly believes that he is Batman,
Not a
he
belief.
truly
It's
believes
not
that.
a belief. I
No,
don't
I'm saying
just
he feels like
believe I'm a
this.
man. I
In
don't
his
just
mind,
believe I'm a man.
it's not
I
about
am.
believing.
That's my identity.
Exactly. In his head. That's his identity.
No, okay. What do you
Now
think
you're saying
identity?
no.
What do you
You
think
can't say
identity
no.
means?
Exactly what you were saying.
What does it mean?
If a person consciously or is a certain way.
Nope. Identities are not conscious. They're unconscious. For
Okay.
example, I have a sense that I'm a person and you're distinct from me. Do you agree that you're distinct from me?
But you're not arguing what I'm saying. I'm
Sir,
saying if they feel
sir,
the same
please
way,
just go through this line of this reasoning.
I'm
I'm trying to
asking
get you to
you
see the
to.
point.
I'm asking you to. If there is a man that believes the same way or has the same feeling, put all the same stipulations on the guy that's dressed as Batman on the top of that building. Put all the stipulations that you want the same way that you do a trans. Now would you say he's Batman?
No, because Batman is not an identity. It's not. There's no identity of Batman. Gender identities are specific to
That's
human
exactly
beings.
what I'm telling you.
You
Now
don't
you
know.
see what I'm
You don't know
saying.
what you're telling me. You're confused
I
here.
totally get it.
Batman is not a gender
And
identity. It's
neither
not at
is a
all
man turning
analogous.
into a woman.
Nope. That's not what trans means. They're not
Yes,
turning
it
into a
did.
woman. Okay, what
Or
does it mean to
a
be?
woman turns into a man.
That's not what it means to be transgender. You're confused. It doesn't mean
Okay.
you're turned from a man to a woman. That's not what it means.
Okay.
All it means is that they don't identify with their assigned gender at birth.
Exactly.
You can't say exactly when you
That is
just
exactly
iterated
what I can say
something
because that's
that was
exactly what you're
false.
saying. I think you're not understanding what you're saying. You're saying the right words, but you're hiding behind some type of invisible wall that you're making and make it different. It's not different. If a man believes, if a man in his heart, in his mind, this is what he has grown up and this is what's inside of him as a person. He believes he's Batman, so that's why he does these
It's
things.
not a
A
belief.
person
You're
that
not
believes that
thinking.
they
You're
were
not
assigned the
listening to
wrong
us.
gender
You're
at
not
birth,
listening. You're not
I
listening,
don't think you
sir.
are.
Again, guest, it's not a belief. That is surface level. Beliefs are surface level. They're transient. They come and go day to day.
Exactly.
But no, not exactly. Identities are persistent and
Exactly.
consistent and are lifelong.
Exactly.
So no, identity is not the same thing as a belief. So stop
Exactly.
saying if I believe I'm Superman, does that
I'm
mean
not
I'm
saying that.
Superman? That
That's why I
analogy
said put
fails.
every stipulation that you would say for a trans person, put those same analogous on the man that's on the top of the building saying he's Batman. You wouldn't
Batman is
believe
not
him
an
because he's
identity.
not.
It still doesn't work because
Exactly.
Batman is not an identity.
Exactly.
Woman is an identity.
No, it's not when you're trying to
That's where we disagree.
transform.
So that's where we disagree.
No,
Womanhood is an identity.
you're saying that because something is far fetched for you to believe that he can't be Batman, and you're
That,
saying that because they can say that,
sure.
then or because they I said put the same stipulations. So you're not
All
putting the
right. So
same
let me
stipulations on
explain
both
to you.
people.
Let me explain to you why woman is an identity and Batman isn't.
It
So
is if that
we
is
have
what
studied. Hold on.
you are.
We have neuroscientifically studied people's brains, and we have found that
I'm
the
saying do
structure,
the
the way.
same thing for the
Hold
guy
on.
named Batman.
Hold on. The way the brain is wired and structured has a lot to do with how you perceive yourself in your gender identity.
Exactly.
And so the womanhood, the manhood, these are wired into our brains.
Exactly.
They're not, no, stop saying exactly. They're not beliefs. They're
Exactly.
not they're not beliefs. They're
Right.
deep wirings in the
Exactly.
brain.
Exactly.
And so all we're saying is that a trans woman has a woman brain in a male body.
Right.
Batman has no analogous identity. It doesn't
Okay.
come, there's no structure in the brain that says, I'm Batman.
I know because I made it a comic
There's
book.
no such brain structure that gives rise to that sense of self.
Right. Right.
It doesn't exist. Batman
It
is not
does.
at all
But we can move
something
past
that
that.
we.
So let me put it in different analogies for you. Say instead of the person is Batman, they totally in the same sense that you just described a trans person, that this person is trans black when they are Caucasian. Are we going to say
Yet again, another disanalogous thing.
in their brain they're wired this way?
No. There is no
So you saying they can't be
wiring.
wired that way?
No, sir. Hold on. There is no wiring in my brain that says I'm white. No, wait. Race is a purely
There's
social
no
construct.
wiring in a person's brain to have a dick and say they're a
Race is purely socially constructed. It's not a real thing. And however, there is a real reality to gender identities. Racial identities don't come
only
from my
because
brain.
you're saying it is.
There's no brain structure that gives me the sense that I'm white.
Right. So in the same way,
being white is a label that society is constructed. It has nothing to do with the way the brain is constructed, and so that's why it's disanalogous.
so if a person cannot see color, right? They're black. They only see vision in black and white. That exists. They cannot tell the difference, but they align themselves because that's the way they feel. But we can move past it because I know what you're gonna say. So let's just do this. Let's do this instead. The same way that you are saying that a person's brain can't be wired that way, that's what we're saying on the other side.
No, you're not. You're saying all that needs to be a woman is your sex organs. That's all you're saying.
No, what we're saying is that the extra stuff that y'all are making up doesn't matter.
What? Okay, what do you think a woman is?
An adult female.
Oh yeah, just like I just said, you all you're saying is a woman is nothing more than her sex organ.
No. It's the chromosomes.
Okay, sex traits. There's nothing more to a woman than her sex traits. I think that's absurd.
That's insanity to say that. I would never say that.
There's far more to womanhood than just the sex organ.
Exactly.
There's a social archetype that we've derived.
No, we haven't.
Yes, we have.
No, we haven't. Some have.
Do you think Wonder Woman is a woman or a man?
That's the question I would ask you.
Can you answer the question?
If Wonder Woman said she was a man, I wouldn't believe her.
Sir?
Yes.
Is Wonder Woman a woman or a man?
If Wonder Woman said she was a man, I wouldn't believe her.
Oh, so you think she's a woman?
I would know it because she comes from an island where only women are produced.
But she has no sex. She's an alien. She doesn't have
a sex. No, she has a sex. She does.
No, she doesn't.
She says that herself.
She doesn't have organs. She doesn't have sex organs.
She does have sexual organs.
It's a fictional character, yet we ascribe it a gender because of the social archetype. Long hair,
that's not a social archetype.
The voice, all these things are the characteristics
she literally
that
said she's Wonder Woman.
Or woman.
She has breasts.
That's the whole point. That's what
she has breasts that were born from her. She has breasts that were made from her when she was a child. She had nothing augmented. Everything just happened.
Not all females have breasts. Not all females have breasts.
They don't, but they all are women if they were born that way.
They're all women because they fit this archetype.
No, it's not such thing.
That's why they're women. They align to this archetype that society's constructed.
Okay, so you're telling me that if nobody says anything, and there were two children in the room, and they're about 8 years old, and even if they have the same haircuts, let's say that they look like 11 from Stranger Things, you're telling me that you didn't look at 11 and you didn't know what she was until she told you.
No, we can
Or
assume.
did you just say that?
We can assume. We can make assumptions about gender, sir, based on outside features.
There's no reason to even assume. It's just a fact. There's certain things that are fact, and there's certain things that's pseudoscience. It makes for
social cohesion when we guesstimate people's genders and we, hey, hello, sir, or hello, ma'am. It just how we societally do it.
If a man walks up to me and say, "Hello, miss," I'm gonna be pissed only because we both know I'm a man.
You're
Not
gonna be.
because he's
That's a great point.
confused.
That's a great
Not
point. If
because he's
society
confused.
treated you like a woman, and we all told you that you were a woman, that would make you feel uncomfortable. That is the proof that your gender identity is a man.
But why?
That's proof that there's something in your brain that is wired to feel uncomfortable if you're called something other than a man.
You're
That's
talking.
exactly my point. That's
You're
exactly my point. We all have this, and trans women have it for their womanhood. They don't like, in the same way you don't like to be called a woman, they don't like to be called a man. It's the
right.
same thing. It's the same fucking thing.
It's almost the same thing. The only
It's the
difference
same
is
thing. It's the
this is what
same thing.
this is the difference. The difference is I was born that way.
So we're trans women.
No, they were
I can
born
prove it.
physically. Hold on, hold
We
on,
have
hold
we
on.
have
This is
science on
okay.
our side,
Well, let
sir.
me say
You
this.
can
Let me
run
say
away
this
from the science,
because
but
I
it's
think this is the
there.
part that's conflicting. The part that's conflicting between us is what our definitions are, and this is what I would say the definition is: physical versus mental.
What? What's your point?
My point is, what you physically are is what you are. What you mentally are is just your own construct.
I don't understand what that even means.
You definitely do. That's why you don't have a rebuttal.
You're gonna tell me that I know when I don't? What?
So do you know what the
Okay, so
mind
that doesn't
is?
make sense.
So you know what
Okay,
the mind is? It is not
what?
physical, right? What I think, what I say to myself in my head is not a physical thing. It is just an action that I experience. But a physical thing is something that it can touch, you can see, you can photograph, you can look at it. So there's a difference between me and you because you're saying that a woman is a mental thing, and I'm saying that a woman is a physical thing.
No, it's not just a mental thing. Womanhood is behavioral. It is mental. It's
It's not.
psychological. It's neurobiological. There's a lot of aspects to womanhood that you're just disregarding because you think it has to do with being female only, and that's where I disagree with you. I think there's far more to women than just their sex. Just like, for example, if I were to remove my sex organs, I would still be a man, even though I had no sex organs. You can replace them with female sex organs. I would still be
Unless
a
you
man. I
thought
would
you were
still
a
be a
woman,
man
right?
because my gender does not come from my pee-pee. It
Right.
comes from here.
Okay, so let me ask you this. A person who is a mass unaliver, he's built that way, he's wired that way, he came from birth that way. Does that make it right?
No, I never.
Exactly.
I never said that just because it comes from the brain, that means it's right
You
morally.
are because you're
This
saying
is
that trans
an
women are
when it
women.
comes to being trans or cis, for that matter, it's an amoral
No
issue.
such thing as
It's
cis.
it's an amoral issue. Do you think
No,
being
it's
cisgendered
not.
is morally right or wrong?
No, it's got nothing to do with morals at all. We're jumping into a different
Precisely. So why did you
conversation.
invoke morality?
I didn't. I didn't. What I
Okay,
did
so
was
then okay, so
no.
I
What I
can
did
I
was I
agree
showed
that
you.
I agree
I
that
made
certain
you invoke it. I gave you an analogy where morals are involved because if morals are involved, then you can't answer it sideways. You can only answer it one way, and because you have to answer that question that way, it
answer
all
it
assumes the
sideways.
same.
what
Exactly.
what do you
So,
mean
like
by
if I
answering
say,
it sideways? What
so
does
this
that
is how you,
mean?
so this is how you answer a question sideways, and this is what you've been doing. If I'm born physically a man, I can mentally say to myself because this is how I'm wired that I'm not that. But if I'm a unaliver and I'm wired this way from birth, then I'm wrong. Both are wrong because that's not the truth. But you can't say that because
I
when
am
you say
so
that,
I'm sorry, sir. I'm so confused with
I
what you
do this
just
a
said.
lot.
I have no idea. I don't even. I can't even grasp what you just stated because it
I
just
know,
doesn't make
I
any sense.
know, I know. Trust me,
Can you make it simpler for us?
I record my lives because every time I stump somebody, they all have the same reaction.
Can you go ahead and make it simple for me?
Sure,
Oh, wise one.
sure. So facts are facts. Life is life. Reason is reason, but we cannot go outside of what we all observe to say that it's something else because of how someone else feels internally. What you are is what you are, and we cannot change those things. But you can be whatever you want to be. But I don't have to go with you and say that this thing is real.
I'm sorry, sir. That doesn't make any fucking sense. That was just a
I
bunch
know.
of incoherent babbling.
I know. I
Okay,
believe it.
yeah, I do
But
know.
now we just attacking because you have no rebuttal. I can leave so your live can continue because I know right now you're feeling a certain type of way. So I'll just exit. Have a good one.
Did anybody understand that? I'm sorry. That was just.
Yo, hello.
Hey, how are you?
Yeah, I'm good. How you doing?
Good.
So do you want to debate the God?
Sure.
Like on God, though. Do you want to debate like on God? Yeah, okay. I'll give you the argument. Yeah, P1, if the premises are true, God exists. P2, the premises are true, conclusion, God exists. I can give you like the premises
Very
if you
nice.
want.
That's definitely not question begging.
Yeah, I don't understand how that's question begging. If the premises logically follow, it's just gonna be like true.
The
Honestly,
premises are true. The premises are true. Therefore, the premises are true.
yeah. If
All
all
right.
the
So,
premises are true,
do you have
then
an
God
actual
exists.
argument for God, or?
Yeah, that's the argument. The premises can follow. I'll give you like the
All right.
axiom.
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
How's it going, man?
Hey, how are you?
I just want to preface this before I go on to like the vegan shit. I do want to say I do watch some of your videos on like astronomy and stuff. Very interesting.
Thank
But
you.
why should I be vegan?
Because I think life is precious, and I don't think we should exploit or abuse others. Do you agree?
True.
Then you should be vegan, because that's what vegans stand for.
But I feel like that like we're human beings, right? We're the only ones with a conscience and like like an understanding of this concept, right? If you put a leopard and a deer in the woods, what's gonna happen?
The leopard would probably try to eat the deer eventually.
Okay. You put a whale in the ocean with some krill. What's the whale gonna do?
It's going to probably eat the krill eventually.
Okay.
Where's the point here?
What's the alternative for the whale?
The whale doesn't have an alternative, but guess who does?
Who?
You do. You have an alternative. Instead of purchasing animal products, you can just purchase plant-based products. That's why you should be vegan. You have the choice and you have the responsibility.
We have the choice to be vegan. I feel like that's why we could be vegan. That's not why we should be vegan, because
Okay.
the proof's in the pudding.
What justifies slaughtering animals?
Nutrition, eating, us.
Nutrition, eating us.
Yeah,
Okay. Okay, so nutrition is the first thing. What nutrition do you have to get from animal products that you can't get from plant-based products?
Well, for example, personally, I'll say my ethnic background is a third world country. I don't think they got crazy vegan options, you know what I'm saying, in the supermarkets over there. I think it's way more expensive. I think it's bad for greenhouse gases. And I think just
I asked you a
it doesn't
specific
taste as good.
question. What particular nutrition can you not get as a vegan?
No, because I'm saying that to let you know, like, yeah, you can get adequate protein from, say, Impossible, or I'm not denying that you can.
So you agree that vegans can get all the nutrition?
Yes,
they
but
need?
I'm just using this example. Not everybody has access to said nutrition from vegan products.
Sure, I agree. Not every person on the planet has access to plant-based options. But do you?
Personally, yeah, but again.
Okay, great. So do you?
But that's why I go to where
what
I say
justifies you to not be vegan? What justifies you slaughtering animals?
Well, you're saying you as a general, you know what I'm saying? I can be a dude from South Sudan that scrolls across your For You page, right? So I'm just speaking for the general, the world population.
I understand, but we're talking about a very small percentage of people, number one. Number two, they can still be vegan, even though they have to consume animal products.
My whole point of this is you put on your panel, you should be vegan, right? And you're talking to a not very niche, but a select few of the population, or to everyone.
Talking to everybody, sir. You should be vegan. Everybody should be vegan.
But I just explained
what justifies
to you that
slaughtering
everybody
animals?
has
What
access to
justifies
vegan
slaughtering
products.
animals?
No, like, you see what I'm trying to get at?
No. What justifies slaughtering animals?
Like I just said, nutrition and the fact that not everybody can.
Well,
An
again,
example. My example.
again,
My people
again,
like.
again, you agree that we could get all the nutrition we need as a vegan. So why are you not? Why are you
Who's
slaughtering
we though?
animals?
I said, is it the world, the entire world population, or
All right.
select few?
All right, if you want to go here so bad, let's address it. You're saying, well, not everybody can be vegan. Well, first of
Yeah.
all, vegan is everybody can be vegan because it's not a diet. It's an ethical stance. It's a morality. It's not
It
a
is.
diet.
It's more of a
And
movement.
so
than just a
hold
diet.
on, hold on. If you for some reason don't have access to plant-based options and you can
Yeah.
only consume animals, well, then you can still be vegan and do that because veganism is about doing the best you can.
But that's semantics. Now we're looking at the definition of the
It's
word
not semantics. It's what
instead of the diet.
veganism is all about. It's about doing the best you can
Okay,
with what you have.
but what me and you were just going on about 30 seconds ago was obviously the dietary implemented, right? You know, correct me if I'm wrong. We were just talking about how nutrition and all that
At
stuff.
the
We were talking
end
about
of the
diet.
day, sir.
Now
At
you're
the end of the
switching
day,
it to
you
the-
have
to
the
the
ability
vegan.
you have the ability to go vegan. What justifies slaughtering the animals?
Like I just said, nutrition and the fact that not
And you're ready-
everybody,
but you can get all the nutrition you need.
we've established
As a
we've
vegan.
established right now that when you put on the panel, you should it only apply
Sir,
to just the
please,
people that can go to the
focused way too
supermarket?
much on you're focused too much on
No,
the prompt.
but-
Forget the prompt.
But that's
I'm
the
asking you
point. That's where
directly.
you
I'm
get your
asking you
engagement.
directly now. I'm asking you directly. Why do you think it's okay to slaughter the animals?
Because there's good nutrition, protein, and it tastes freaking amazing.
Okay, so nutrition's gone because you agree you can get all the nutrition as a vegan.
Not
Now-
everybody.
Now we're back to taste.
Not everybody. You're trying to gloss over that.
We're not talking about everybody, sir. We're talking about you. So now you said taste. It tastes fucking good. Okay. Do you think taste justifies killing somebody?
Well, no. Well, I'm not talking about human beings.
Oh, okay. So why is
You
it
can't
okay?
switch this to
Is it
cannibalism.
okay to kill dogs if they taste good to me?
I believe me personally. Now we're talking just about me. I wouldn't eat anything that's a predatory animal that consumes on anything. I would never eat a carnivore.
Let me ask you again. Do you think it's okay to kill dogs
No,
if I thought they tasted
that was
good?
my answer, sir.
Okay, so then how can you use taste as a justification? When you just agreed, taste does not
Talking about
justify
me.
slaughtering others.
I don't want to eat grass, sir, or tofu.
Okay. You know that there's thousands of other plant-based options available to you instead of grass?
To me, okay.
You don't have
to
to eat
me,
grass. You don't have to eat
because I was
tofu.
lucky to live in the United States of America. What about the rest of the world's population? What about people in
Sir, most
Mozambique?
of the world, all of the world can go vegan. Most of the world can be largely
But-
plant-based in their diet.
But can they though? Because now we're talking about the taste.
Plant-based foods are some of the cheapest on the planet.
Now we're talking about nutrition and taste. Now we're talking about formulated vegan products like that we have in
Okay.
the supermarket over here.
Okay, again, taste doesn't justify killing dogs in your view. So what's the difference between the dog and the cow?
The dog and the cow. The cow is a carnivore. The cow isn't a carnivore.
So it's okay to kill herbivores if they taste good.
Yes.
So tomorrow,
That's my entire point.
so if tomorrow we discovered that we are herbivores, it's okay to kill people?
But we're not herbivores. We're omnivores as human beings, right?
I asked a question. If tomorrow we discovered that we were herbivores, would it be okay to slaughter humans?
No, because that's a hypothetical.
Even though we're herbivores. So again,
that's hypothetical.
being herbivorous does not justify slaughtering the animal. You just conceded.
How did I concede? By your own definition, I
Because
literally
you
just
wouldn't
disproved
kill
the point
people
3 times.
you wouldn't eat people even though we were herbivores.
I wouldn't because we're the same species. Now that goes into a whole different type of morality debate.
Now we're back to species.
Yeah,
So you would kill any other species except for humans, right?
I wouldn't.
You
I would never-
wouldn't. You wouldn't
I-
kill other species, right?
Me personally, no, I just go to the supermarket and buy it.
Okay, when you go to the supermarket and buy it, you're effectively killing the animal for that product.
Am I?
Yeah, you are.
If you look at the chain of things, maybe I'm including
It's
it, but no.
supply and demand, sir. It's the supply and demand.
True. But again, can I just ask you, like, real talk? Again, it's back to my point. If you were, can I be a hypothetical question for you now?
Sure.
If you were a starving orphan in, say, just like Uganda or whatever, right? and you got a farm, you got some cows, whatever. There's no supermarkets near you that's got Impossible beef, right? What are you gonna do? Like real talk, what are you gonna do if you're not
I'm probably going to eat some animal products. Clearly, that's the case.
okay?
I never said
Okay.
every person
So,
has to
but
only eat
say
plants.
you
I
hopped on
never
your
said
For You
that.
page.
Stop
Say you hopped on
strawmanning
your For
me.
You page now.
Stop
Say you hopped on,
strawmanning me.
say you hopped on your For You page now. You're scrolling through some of the
We're
lives.
talking to you,
And
sir. I'm talking
okay,
to
but
you.
listen, but I
I'm
don't
not
speak for
talking to
just
somebody in
myself. I don't
Uganda.
speak for just myself. And you see the lives, right? And you see Mike Brigandy. You should be vegan. And I
Oh
know
my
damn well I'm
gosh.
not.
We're talking about you, sir. What to you
But
justifies
why should it
slaughtering
only
cows?
apply to me? Like I'm thinking from the general public. Like
Because you have the power and you have the responsibility to make the right choice. Don't you agree?
okay, but how is that the wrong choice though? Every other animal.
Because you're taking somebody's life without reason.
What do you mean without reason? It's to fulfill my dietary needs. What do you mean?
You can fulfill your dietary needs as a vegan,
Not if I'm the random dude, the starving orphan from Uganda.
but you're not a starving orphan.
I'm not talking for myself right now.
Well,
Come
you
on.
should be because that's who I'm talking to.
But I'm
Yourself.
talking about the entire
I'm
world
talking to
population.
you. I'm talking to you directly. I'm
I
talking to
eat meat.
you.
For me, I
Sir,
eat meat.
sir. Forget Uganda. Forget Antarctica. I'm talking about you. In your eyes, what justifies slaughtering cows? If it's
We're not
nutrition,
answering taste.
if
Yes.
it's nutrition, we went back to this already. You can get nutrition as a vegan. If it's for taste, do you actually think taste justifies killing others?
What's up?
If I tasted very good, better than a cow, would that make it okay to eat a person for their taste?
Never.
Okay. So then what's the difference between me and the cow that makes one okay to kill and one not?
Your brain has is way more intellect, like just way smarter.
Okay, so we're smarter.
Yeah.
Now, what if there are some people, let's say babies, who are not very smart? Clearly,
No.
would it be okay to eat them? Eat babies?
No, because I would still classify it as it's the same species.
Okay, so now we're back down to species. All that matters is species. So, how about dogs? They're a different species. Okay to kill them?
My fault. Can you repeat that?
Dogs are a different species than us. Is it okay
Yeah,
to kill
but
and eat
they're also
dogs?
carnivorous. I
Is it
explained that
okay?
to you already.
Okay, so now we're back to herbivorous. Okay.
Okay.
If humans were herbivorous, would you kill them and eat them?
No, because
Okay, so then it's not being
You're
an
not-
herbivore.
you're going in
Then it's
circles.
not an
You're
herbivore
going in
that
circles.
matters. Then it's
my
not
entire
an herbivore
point
that
was
matters.
you should be vegan, right? And not everybody could be vegan was my counterpoint.
Sir, you're not tracking. You're not tracking. We're not talking about Uganda. We're talking about you. Stay on track. You said, oh, well, dogs are not herbivorous. Oh, I only eat herbivorous animals. Okay. What if humans were herbivorous? Which some would argue we are. Would that be okay to kill humans? You said no. So it's not herbivorous. It's not being herbivorous that is the justifier for killing somebody. What is it?
Listen, man. My entire point it's that it's not that you should be vegan, it's that you could be vegan. That's it. I'm not arguing that.
Next. Hey, how are you?
Good yourself?
Good.
So yeah, I'm not vegan.
Okay. Yeah, what justifies slaughtering innocent animals?
Probably that they're not people.
Okay. So you think it's okay to kill and eat dogs?
Dogs? Probably not, no.
Oh,
But
but they're not people. So what's the difference between the dog and the cow?
I guess just arbitrary societal means of their instrumental value, maybe, like dogs more so instrumentally used for being compadres and furry little friends, whereas pigs
Right.
are instrumentally used for being a delicious
Right.
steak
So
or
society
hamburger.
is what tells you, okay, dogs are friends, pigs are food. It's all societal. You're basing your justification on, well, society says dogs are friends, pigs are food, correct?
Yeah, just like in
Okay.
China, they have their societal
I
standards
understand.
are a
I
little
understand. Okay, I
different.
understand China. Okay. Now, when it comes to your justification, let's apply
Mm,
this to other things.
okay.
What if society tomorrow said black people were slaves? Would it be okay to do what society says and own slaves?
No.
Oh, so then society saying something doesn't justify the action, does it?
I'm not saying that because society says something that justifies the action. I'm just saying that the reason dogs are pets and cows are food is because of arbitrary societal standards.
Right. So, what if the arbitrary societal standard was tomorrow that black people were meant to be slaves? Would that be okay to enslave them?
No.
Okay, so then just because something is the arbitrary societal standard, that doesn't justify doing that action, correct?
Yeah, I didn't say that.
Okay, this is directly what you said. You just said, oh, it's a societal standard. That's why we do it. It's okay. So you're being contradictory. Why do you think it's okay to do it to dogs but not to people? What's the difference?
Uh, that's just how society is
That's just
set
how it
up.
is. Okay, well, people
Yeah,
said
we
the same
have
thing about
biases
slavery. Oh,
towards
that's just the way it
dogs.
is. Black people are slaves. That's just how it is.
Yeah, I
Would that be a good
mean,
argument?
no.
Okay, so then saying that's just what it is does not make it a good argument.
Right, I understand that.
Okay, so do you have a good argument as to what justifies slaughtering these innocent beings?
Yeah, because they're not people, so they don't
We're
deserve the
back to
same moral
we're back to square one.
entitlements.
We're back to square one. I bring up the dog example, and then you said, "Oh well, society said they're meant to be friends," and then I showed you the fact that that's not a good justification. We already went over this, so you're being circular.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm just pretty sure. Because dogs aren't people, but you said it's wrong to kill them. So people is not a good reason.
I
Then
mean,
not
I
being
don't
people
have
is not a
any
good reason.
principled reason why it would be wrong to kill a dog and not a cow. It's just dogs are cute.
Okay, so all the non-cute dogs we get to slaughter.
Um, I mean, I don't care if anyone slaughters a chihuahua, I guess.
Oh, so I could go up. I could just go up tomorrow up to a random Chihuahua and slice its neck open. That's okay to you?
No, I think there might be other reasons that would make that wrong. Like,
Why? Why would it be wrong? They're ugly. They're not cute. That was your standard for killing somebody. If they're not cute, it's okay to kill them. That's your argument.
yeah, but their owners could be upset about it.
They don't have owners. The Chihuahua has no owners. Okay to kill the dog and make it suffer?
Yeah, if you make it into like a little shish kebab, maybe you can invite me.
Really? Okay. So
I hate
how about all the
chihuahuas.
ugly people? Would it be okay to slaughter those people who are ugly?
No, they're people,
Okay.
so that would be the
Again, now
symmetry
we're
breaker.
back to square one.
Square one of what?
We're back to square one. You're inconsistent. You're being inconsistent. You say, "Oh, well, it's okay to kill the non-cute ones," but when it comes to humans, yo, it's wrong to kill the non-cute ones.
How is
What's the
that
difference?
inconsistent? Yeah, because humans have intrinsic moral value.
Okay. That doesn't tell us though what justifies slaughtering the innocent cows.
Cows are delicious. I don't, and they're not people. Seems
Cows are
pretty
delicious.
straightforward.
Okay, so you think taste is what justifies slaughtering somebody, the way they taste, correct?
I think it's a sufficient reason or sufficient motivator, yeah.
Right. So how would if there was a cute dog and it had owners? It would be okay to kill it because it tasted really good.
No, the other sufficient qualifiers wouldn't be there.
So what are the qualifiers to kill somebody?
So one, you have to be not a person, right?
Okay.
Um, two, you have to be physically unappealing. Um, so that's number two. And then three, you have to have no owners. So I think those would
Okay.
be the
So
three
the ugly
sufficients.
dogs, so I can go up to an ugly dog and just slice its neck open, right? With no owners.
I mean, it depends on what you're gonna do with it. Like, if you're going to make it into
Why does it depend all of a
maybe
sudden? You
like
just gave me the
some dog
standard. I admit the
wings,
standard. Now all
then
of a sudden it's
yes.
wrong?
Well, you don't want to waste a good chihuahua, you know? So I would
That doesn't
say
answer the
that,
question. You're not answering the question. Look, I know you're trying to be silly, but look, you say all the ugly ones we get to slaughter. Why is it that you're hesitant to say it's okay for me to go up to a dog, a chihuahua who's ugly and has no owner, and slice its neck open? What's wrong with that?
uh, I mean, I guess it wouldn't be a very virtuous thing to do.
Why not? It tastes good.
Oh, I mean, if you're going to make it into some food, then yeah, I don't see a problem with that, especially if it's a chihuahua.
Okay. So you think it's okay to kill ugly beings who are not people? Now, what
Hmm.
makes somebody a person versus a non-person?
I would just say like a nature for higher rationale.
Oh, so all the people who don't have, let's say, they were born without rationale, therefore they're not people.
No, it's within their nature, so it's
Okay.
not within a dog's nature to have higher rationale, but it is within our nature.
And higher rationale, you mean what?
Like the ability to have conversations and ideas that would require a higher level of rationality,
Okay.
like
So
a certain
ability to have conversation. So we can imagine a species of people who are just like me and you, but the average intelligence was that of a cow. Would it be okay to put those people into gas chambers and turn them into burgers?
sure. At that point, they would just be cows.
Sure. Do you think it would be
Yeah,
okay to
you're
put
like,
people into gas chambers and eat their
I
body
mean,
parts?
yeah, they wouldn't be people, right? If they have the cognitive abilities of a cow, like it wouldn't even be close to an average person.
Well, I don't think you. I think you're severely underestimating the intellectual capacities of a cow. Cows can understand
Mm,
faces, recognize people. They have compassion. They have love. They have capabilities for friendships that last for years. They can love their children just as humans do. They have families just as humans do. There's very little differences between our rationalities, and so
because they can have families.
yeah.
Dude, we've made iPhones. What are you talking about? Like, this is so dishonest that you would even suggest that we have anywhere
But if
close
you
to the same
compare, but
cognitive abilities as a cow.
you're comparing the collective of humanity with a single cow. Let's compare a single person to a single cow, and you find the rationalities are almost identical.
What? Like, is
Yeah,
there,
take a
like,
baby, for
someone,
example. Take a
well,
baby.
like a baby
Take a
has the
toddler.
mind
Take a
that's,
toddler.
like, disposition towards becoming rational, right?
But what if this baby was disabled mentally, such that they had the
Yeah,
same
they would still
rationality as a cow?
have they would still have that nature
The
just in
nature.
virtue
Okay,
of
then we
being a
go.
human
So then
being.
you're gonna bite the bullet and say that it's okay to put these people into gas chambers and eat their body parts because,
Right, but you're
on
saying
average, they have
people,
the
but you're
average
saying that,
intelligence of a cow.
well,
You're gonna bite that bullet.
it's not about intelligence. And yeah, I mean, if the bullet is just, hey, can we make these people into burgers, but they're not actually people, They have the cognitive abilities of a
Oh my
cow.
God.
What's the difference between them and a
They're
cow?
okay, yeah, technically to your definition, they're not people,
No,
but
I'm just going off of
they look
your.
just like me and you. They look just like human beings, but they have the rationality of a cow. You would say it's okay to put them in gas chambers and slaughter them, correct?
Yeah, I mean, if you
Okay.
dressed a cow
Yeah.
up like a baby or some shit, I don't think it would change
What?
the fact
Dressed
that
a
it's a
cow up as a
cow.
baby?
Yeah,
What?
if you put like a mask on a cow to where it looked
I
like
don't
us,
think
I
you
don't see
understood.
what difference it would make.
I don't think you understood what you just stated, right? Because what you just stated is like essentially, if there is a swath of human beings who we discovered, you know, tomorrow, and a certain tribe who who had the same rationality of a cow, you would think it's okay to put them in a gas chamber and slaughter them. I think that's an absurdity. I think that's fucking crazy. I think that's Jeffrey Dahmer level shit. And that's why I'm vegan, because I would never bite such a bullet. That's just fucking crazy. I don't think taking somebody's experience away from them is justified by their taste, by the way they
I
taste, especially
mean,
not for 5 minutes of taste.
your hypothetical was that they looked like us, which dolls look like us. I don't see why that would matter. And that they have the rational nature of a cow, which I don't see like why that would make them different than a cow, besides the fact that they resemble that of a
The
person.
difference is
They look like us, right?
there isn't much of a difference. The
That's the
point is
only
that
difference,
the
is that
point
they
is
look
that
like
they're
us.
still human beings. They're still human beings with lives and experiences and families and friends and love and all this capability. I don't think that's why I said you're underestimating the intelligence of cows and pigs. They're extremely intelligent. They're extremely smart. You're overinflating your own intelligence and underestimating their intelligence. That's why this is absurd.
No, I think you're overestimating a cow's like cognitive abilities. Like cows can never do the stuff that we can do.
But
To
I
suggest
understand that
otherwise is
cows can't
just
do the things we
silly.
do, but I don't think that little difference
It's a not
actually
a little
accounts.
difference. How is it a little difference, you think?
Because if you took an individual toddler and compared them to a cow, sometimes the cow might be more intelligent.
Right, but the thing about the average toddler is its disposition towards becoming a being of higher
Okay, then let's
rationale
raise
like
this
us, right?
hypothetical.
Like a
Let's raise
cow
this
is never going
hypothetical.
to
There's a
become
population of toddler.
someone.
Okay, then let's do this then. If you think
Okay.
this is okay, I'm just gonna. If there, let's say there's a species of toddlers who that's their only stage of development. They're just toddlers. They have the same rationality as human toddlers. Would it be okay to slaughter them and put them in the gas chambers and eat their bodies?
I mean, maybe you can tell me why that would be wrong.
Because they're fucking sentient beings with lives and experiences that are so precious. Even if it's a toddler, they have a precious life. Even if it's a cow, it's a precious life. It's a precious
What's the argument
experience.
for that? Like a toddler, the
What's the
reason.
argument for that?
Yeah,
Well,
what's the argument for that?
you would have to say that it's that life isn't precious, that you don't care about life. I think that's
I mean, I
absurd. I
don't
think that's
care about a lot
absurd.
of different
I think
forms of
most people
life. I
agree
don't
that
know
life
why
is
being.
incredible.
Yeah, life is incredible because we're able to have these valuable experiences.
So are
Because we're able
cows and
to.
pigs and chickens.
I don't think so. Has a cow told you
Well,
this himself?
what? Has the cow said it? We don't have to see. We can look at their behaviors. Cows, we can see how cows and other animals form friendships for a long time. For a long time. All right. We can see how they get happy and excited and they are full of love and compassion. We can look at their behaviors. We can see the cows and find that they are very much alive and aware. And
Do you think it's.
to take that away from them for your 5 minutes of pleasure. I mean, think about how long you're eating a meal. 5, 10 minutes maybe? All your a 10-minute meal to take away their whole experience. I think that's just not justified.
Do you think it would be justified if someone
But I noticed how you didn't answer my question. You didn't answer my hypothetical. See how you're kind of hesitant. Can you answer it?
I feel like I already did. Can I just move
Or
on to my
then say yes.
question?
Then let's try again. Say yes or no. Would you take a species of toddlers and put them into gas chambers and eat them? Yes or no? Would that be okay?
No.
Then you're being contradictory when you say that applies to toddlers but not to cows. There's no difference.
Okay.
You're being contradictory.
Do you think that it would be immoral to kill a bee or a wasp?
Sure, in certain circumstances, unless it was trying to attack you. Yeah,
Why, if it's trying to attack you, why would that be justified?
self-defense.
What do you think self-defense is? I thought self-defense
Defending
was
yourself
proportion.
from an attack, defending yourself from something.
Okay, I mean, if a child, right, came up to you and bit you on the leg, which is about as painful as a wasp attack, do you think it would be self-defense to unalive
That
them?
takes a bit of this takes a bit of
Oh, are you not
more
going to answer
calculus.
my question now?
I'm answering you. It's just a loaded
Okay.
question. That takes a bit more calculus because you have to also recognize that the toddler's experience is far more than a bee's, and so there are different degrees of experiences within the animal kingdom, and so that's why when we slap a bee, right, we think that's right. It's okay to
Wait,
do that
why
because
does
that's the only way.
the...
Hold on.
Okay.
It's the only way to get the bee off of me and without me getting bit. When it comes to a toddler, if it was tapping me, there's no reason to smack it like that or kill it or harm it. So that's the difference. It's a different type of animal. Clearly, we treat them differently. But that doesn't mean that we think it's okay to slaughter others because they're animals.
I mean, you kind of did this whole thing where you're like, oh, like, let's say it's like a human, like, what would be the trait distinction? So let me just ask you that. Like, what would be the trait distinction between a wasp and a severely disabled toddler?
In regards to what?
The example I gave, what would be the trait distinction to
So you're
where,
asking me.
in the first
So
example, you
you're
would be
asking me
just,
why
let
is
me
it
just
okay to?
finish.
I already answered this question. You're asking me why is it okay to slap a wasp, but not slap a child?
Why
Is
is
that what
it
you're asking
okay
me?
to take the life of a wasp for just biting you or stinging you?
Yeah,
It's not okay to take the life of the
that's the only
toddler.
way I can get rid of the wasp. Do you understand that have you ever been bitten by a bee before?
Yep,
The only way you can try to get it away from you is to have some force in your arm.
right. I'm
But
saying
when
it's...
you're dealing with a toddler, you don't have to do that. So that's the difference.
So you're saying, I mean, you can just swat it off, right? There's no need
Yeah, you can
to...
swat it off, and
But even
sometimes
if
that
you...
little swat is enough to kill it.
Okay. I
Okay.
mean,
Yeah.
if the toddler was not getting off of you, right? And the only way to get him off was to slit his throat, would it be okay then?
No, of
You're
course not,
saying it's
because
self-defense, it's just
no,
not
now this is a
proportionate
completely different
at
hypothetical.
all.
This is a completely different hypothetical because the toddler being on you, first of all, is not a major threat to you as much as it is as a bee sting.
What? A
You know
bee
that bee
sting
stings
is a
can.
major threat
Did
to
you know
you?
that? Did you know that bee stings can kill you?
Yeah, do you know how many bee
Yeah,
stings it takes to
yeah.
kill
That's
a
why
person?
bee
It's like
stings can kill you.
thousands.
A
Yeah,
toddler,
thousands.
a toddler cannot kill
Thousands.
you in
It
that
takes
way, sir.
thousands of bee
If a
stings.
stop. If you want to make a truly analogous scenario, raise up a toddler who's wielding a knife in their hand and running
How is
after
that
you,
analogous?
or has a
Because
gun in their
a
hand.
single bee sting isn't fatal. It's nowhere near fatal.
It can definitely be fatal, and that's why
In general
that's why
cases,
we think it's
really?
okay for that to happen. It's also a very less experiential being. A bee has a much shorter lifespan than a person. Do you agree?
Okay, would you say
Yeah,
the
well,
same
that's also
about
included in
someone
my
with
moral
like a
calculus.
terminal illness?
Hold on. That's also included in my moral calculus. There's many different reasons why we treat animals differently. But again, this is irrelevant to veganism because the fact remains we shouldn't slaughter other animals. Even if you can find a gotcha somewhere, it's not going to disprove veganism.
Well, I mean, I feel like at this point it's becoming a little dishonest where you're saying that one, it's self-defense, right? Like, I don't, and then you're saying it's more analogous to like a toddler wielding a knife.
Correct.
But I think it's rather dishonest to say that in general cases, like a bee sting is fatal, a single bee sting.
Well,
You don't think that's
it has the
dishonest?
potential to be fatal. And again, even if it's not fatal, you're forgetting the moral calculus involved here. The bee has a much lower level of sentience. The bee has a much shorter lifespan than a toddler. The bee has a far different type of body structure, such that if I were to even a simple swat to get it away from me, could kill it. And that's why it's justified, because we don't there's only so much we can control, right? When I drive my car, my windshield sometimes gets bugs on it. The utility of driving to work and getting money far overrides any death of bugs on my windshield. And that's the kind of moral calculus that you're disregarding here.
It seems that the reason. Oh,
And by the way, that was a straw man of veganism. Veganism does not mean treat all animals equally. No,
well, it's
it doesn't mean
completely
commit no harm to
arbitrary.
animals. It does not mean commit no harm to animals. So again, that's why I said, even if you can find a gotcha here somewhere, or find an inconsistency, it wouldn't disprove veganism. It wouldn't make me not be
Okay, do
vegan.
you think that like cows and bees have different moral
Look,
values?
of course, I would say that
Really?
sometimes, yes, obviously,
And why
some
is
people,
that?
of course, people have different values. Look,
No,
I
why
would,
is that? Why do you think they have different moral
for example, my
values?
mother has far more value than you. If you were in a burning building with my mom, I would pick my mom
No,
way
answer
over
the
you.
question, dude. Why does a
Why do some
bee
people have more
have a
value?
different moral value than a cow?
Because of the way that personally interact with these people, right? I think that
What? What do you mean by that?
don't you value your family more than me?
How does this relate to the dog and the bee? Or the cow
You
and the
raised this
bee?
question. You asked me, why do you value some people more than others? I'm
I'm
asking you
not
the same
asking
question.
about
Why don't you
people, I'm
value
asking.
your family over me, or a stranger?
Yes.
Why? Personal reasons, right? You have a particular interaction with your family that you don't have with strangers. However, even though I
Right.
value my family way more than you, that is not the same thing as me thinking that it's okay to slaughter you.
Okay, you're not answering the question, you're kind of dodging it.
I answered your question completely. Now you're being disingenuous.
Why does a bee have a different moral value than a cow? Like,
Lower
let's say
A bead has lower
you.
moral value to me because it's less sentient
Okay, well, if degrees of
and lower
sentience
lifespan.
matters
Lower
now,
lifespan.
well, this can be said between like animals and people as well, right?
Yes, everybody has different value in this world. It's just
So,
subjective. It's arbitrary.
okay, but I think your main criticism of me is that like I was valuing things based off of the degree to which they
No,
can exercise
I
sentient, and
never
then it
once
seems
asked you
like
about your value. What I did through my line of reasoning and questions was to challenge your consistency about your moral justifications and how you apply them. You're applying them inconsistently. It's not that you value animals differently. That's not my concern. My concern is that you've applied your justifications inconsistently, and that's why you're contradictory, and your whole view is false. Okay,
mm,
are you done?
all right, man.
Thank you. Thanks for being inconsistent. Next, that was very weird.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
So I want to start with what is your definition of veganism?
Um, the ethical stance against animal exploitation and abuse and upholding animal rights.
So it's your personal ethical stance. It's not the base definition of like being vegan, like eating plants.
Veganism does not mean a diet.
That's your definition though. Like when I search vegan, it's not going to come up as an
Well,
ethical stance. It's going to come up as
the vegan society. This is the vegan society's definition. It's the philosophical stance against exploitation. You can go and Google it, but again, we don't have to follow that definition.
all right,
Definitions
yeah.
aren't arbiters
So
of
I
the
just wanted to
truth.
I just want to see where your definition, and then I have some structured like layouts of
Look, what
topics.
justifies slaughtering animals?
Okay, all right. So would you say location, accessibility, price, would that have an effect? Like morally, am I a bad person if I don't live near arable land?
Location and price? Yeah, if you
Yeah,
live near,
accessibility.
yeah, but I don't. There's no place in America that it's like that because everybody has.
There's not. If I live in Arizona and there's no arable land, there's not good irrigation system. If I live near a sea,
No,
and then we're not even talking about price either. So, would you put like
look,
moral
everybody. Look,
ethics above like
if you live in
starvation?
America, oh my gosh, if you live in America, plant-based foods are accessible.
There's more countries in America. We're looking at the majority of population. What percentage of the world lives in America? Like if you're talking
Oh
about
my
this
gosh,
whole
we're
movement, the
talking
veganism
about
movement, there's 8
you. We're
billion people
talking
in the
about
world.
you. We're talking
Well,
about
you need
you.
to specify that. You need to say you. Like, are you not talking about the whole veganist movement, or are you talking about me specifically?
E.T. Bodom.
Okay,
Okay.
how do you know I don't live in the Mojave Desert, or I don't live, like, you know what I'm
Alright.
saying? You don't know where I'm from.
Look, what justifies slaughtering animals? Can you just give it what justifies it?
Yeah, I have a question. Would you save one human life or like 100 cows' lives?
Depends on the person. If it's you, probably the cows.
Okay. So what? It's a moral. Okay, that's your argument. It's a moral. So what does a cow bring to society other than nutrients and food?
Sure, it brings love, peace, happiness, kindness, family.
Are you in love with cows?
Friends, ration.
And do
What?
cows have a social
You think I
hierarchy?
have
Like,
to? You think
do
I
they
have
have
to be in love
do
with
they
a
have
cow to recognize its
No, they don't.
life?
Do they have like a? They're not intelligent enough to like. I don't understand the argument.
Maybe you're not intelligent enough. See, we don't think it's okay to slaughter beings because they're not as intelligent as me or you. We don't. That's not how we typically live. Do you think it's okay to kill people who are not as smart as you?
No, but I don't think that's equivocal at all.
Okay. So why is it do you think it's okay to kill dogs for food?
Me personally, I wouldn't eat a dog, but I mean, I don't think it's morally wrong.
Okay, so you don't think it's morally wrong to go up to a dog and slice its neck open for their meat?
If I was starving to death, I would literally do
You
that.
weren't
Yes.
starving. You were near a grocery store. You were not starving. Still okay?
Okay. If I'm near a grocery store, it's more convenient to buy food rather than like kill it myself.
But in that grocery store, there's only plant-based foods. You're gonna pick the dog, or you're
Then
gonna
I
pick
would
the
pick
plant-based food?
I would pick the plant-based food. Yeah.
Oh, okay, great. So you agree that just because that you rather would pick the plant-based food than killing an animal?
I mean, in that situation, of
Yeah.
course.
Why are
It's
the
like,
cows any different? Why is the cow any different?
do you know how many cows? I mean, how many people one cow could feed, rather than like the amount of money and land it takes to feed people strictly from plant?
Sir, if the world went vegan, we'd have way more food because most of our food goes to the fucking cows. 70%, about 60 to 70% of all the crops we grow are fed to the food, fed to the cows.
Okay, how do you get your daily vitamin intake? Like your vitamin, your
I
B12,
eat
vitamin
food. I
D,
eat
iodine,
food.
calcium,
I eat
iron, omega 3. That
plants. I
doesn't
eat.
come from plant.
Sure it does. What? Name me a single nutrient that I cannot get
Omega
as a
3.
vegan. I'm sorry.
Omega 3, like fish
Oh,
oil.
avocados, nuts, seeds, even vegetables have omega
Calcium.
threes. Calcium? Sure.
Yep.
Leafy greens, oranges,
Iodine.
fruits, iodine, salt. You can get it from salt. You just put some salt in your fucking vegan
So how
burger.
many different plants do you have to eat in a day to get your nutritional values worth?
I
Like,
eat
and then like, what's the price?
I eat the same amount of calories as most people, about 2,000 per day.
And then what's your protein intake?
I don't know. A normal amount. I have plenty of protein on my diet.
What's a normal
70,
amount?
80, about
Is it
70, 80.
0.7 to 1 gram per
Yeah, yes,
body?
about 70 to 80 grams per day.
And then what do you say that you spend on groceries like a week?
Less than I did as a meat eater. Do you know how expensive meat is now? Beef is extremely
Yeah, and
expensive.
the price of, I
You can
mean,
get a pack of
we're not
tofu
arguing
for
the
like
price of
$2.
groceries.
You can get rice, beans, tofu for like $5 at almost any store.
All
So
right,
what
so we'll
justifies
go.
slaughtering the cows?
What'd you say? I'm sorry.
What justifies slaughtering the cows?
As opposed to what? Like just slaughtering it for no reason, or
Being plant-based.
I mean, I guess if the price, accessibility, and stuff. I guess if you look past all that, and you're in a first world country, because I was thinking like the entire planet. Like I wasn't just thinking me specifically. So I guess if you look past price, accessibility, area, daily
Everybody's
protein intake, if you just look past all that, then of course, yeah. If I didn't have to kill a cow to eat food, I would, sit there and eat
But you
a
don't have to kill
piece
a
of
cow,
leaf or
sir. You
something.
don't have to kill a cow. That's the whole point.
I don't need to, no.
So why do you do
What
it?
about the rest of the world?
Okay. So you agree that veganism is good and you should be vegan, correct?
No, yeah. I think
Okay.
it's not it's like morally it's you're pushing the right thing, but I don't think it's
Your only
accessible. Like I
concern is
don't
that
think
the
it's
whole world
realistic.
can't be vegan. Well, remember that veganism
Well,
is not a
yeah,
diet.
because how many people live in America compared to
Okay, let's address this for the second time. We imagine a person in a third world country where they have very little access to stores at all. And the only thing
yeah,
they mostly have around them is animal products. Guess what?
right.
It's okay. It's justified for them to consume these animals because they have to survive, right? In a way, they can still be vegan because veganism is not just a diet. It's about doing the best you can with what you have. And
Right.
so everybody can be vegan on the planet. Not everybody can be plant-based, but everybody can be vegan. And so that's the whole point.
Like morally, yeah.
That's why
That makes sense.
appealing to other countries doesn't do anything for you.
Okay. So you're talking about Americans.
Mostly, yes. I'm talking about Americans or people who can buy plant-based products.
So do you think Native Americans were morally because they had access to
I don't think Native Americans in the past had access to plant-based options the way we do today.
but they were planning though. They had crops and
Yes, they were
farms and they
planting,
still
but again, there's only so much you can grow, given where you live and everything. They didn't have stores. They didn't have mass production like we have today, and so accessibility was not as much. But yeah, I
Right.
think that they were justified for the most part because they
Okay.
were dealing with what they had. But we, on the other hand, are completely different. We have the ability,
Yeah.
and hence responsibility.
Okay. Well, I just had one last thing. You were talking about a wasp and a baby. Like I didn't think that the hypothetical use was very because like at first you said a baby if it touches you versus like a wasp, but we're in the wasps like that's where this is their habitat. We're imposing a threat on them versus like they can't choose where they live. You see what I'm saying? And then like of course you're not gonna hit a baby. But you
We
you
can
justified
choose where we
murdering
live.
a bee. Like where does the line end? Like
Wait, so
when is it
what is
okay?
your point here? You think that we should just let bees sting us because that's their home?
No, I don't think that. You're the one talking about moral applications when it comes to animals. Like when you draw the line, like insects draw the line, where mammals, fish, birds, like for you personally.
What line are you talking about?
Well, you
When
said it
and
was
not to
okay
kill
to
them?
hurt a wasp if it's trying to sting you, but
It's
you're in
for
its habitat.
self-defense. For self-defense, yes. If you're trying to protect yourself, yes, it's okay to harm others.
But why isn't it your fault? Like you shouldn't be in its habitat?
I'm outside, and a bee is a bee
Exactly.
happens
That's
to
where it
come to
lives.
my a
No,
bee.
I think it's ridiculous
It's where it
hypothetical, but you're the one
lives.
that made it.
No, this is your
I think it's
hypothetical.
ridiculous.
Vegans are not
You
committed to this nonsense. Vegans don't think that, oh,
do you
because we
speak
live
for
in
every
nature.
vegan?
Sir, please let me speak. Vegans do not think that because we live in nature amongst other animals, that therefore we must never go outside the house and stay indoors and be careful of ants every time you step on the grass because that's their home. No,
That's my
that
exact
would be
argument. I'm asking
schizophrenic. That would
where
be
you draw the
borderline
line.
schizophrenic. The line is drawn where we see that it's about practicality. It's about what is practicable. In other
So
words,
it's
what can we do
practical to murder
successfully?
bees, but it's not practical
Hold
to eat
on,
like a chicken or a fish.
let me get this. Let me get this out. It's about what's practicable, not practical. There's a difference. Practicable means doing what you can successfully, doing what's practical successfully, right? Sure, it's practical to watch your step for every ant, but can you do that successfully? No, it's not possible to do that.
So
I
it's about
can't drive my
practicality. So
car
if it's
without
like
a
a small
windshield
mammal,
on
it's
my way.
okay to like run it over, but
I can't drive my car without a windshield on the way to work. That's not practicable. Okay. So we agree. Yeah, sometimes animals do have to die in the case of human life. That's not what vegans are committed to uh, saying is wrong. We're not saying that it's wrong to kill anything. No, sometimes it's justified. However, in the case of killing billions of cows and chickens every year in factories and breeding them into these cages, that's where we think it's wrong. And there's no justification for that. That's the point.
I'm muted. I didn't know. But I agree. Like the way that we process meat and like it's not good for the environment. So I generally agree. I just thought some of your hypotheticals were like absurd. But I think we came to like a mutual agreement that in the right circumstance you should choose vegan.
All right, great. Next. Come on up then. It's here. Hey,
My
Mr. Commenter, how are you? What justifies slaughtering the innocent beings?
the innocent beings, you mean animals, right? They're not human beings, right, Mike?
Do you think?
I,
Do you
no,
think?
I asked a question you don't want to
I
answer.
never
You
said
think
they're human. They're still beings.
okay,
Do you think?
cool. You said beings, yeah.
Yeah, beings means to be a being, to be an individual with thoughts and feelings. Animals have that, right?
Thoughts, and what kind of thoughts do they have? The same
Thoughts of
thoughts that
love.
human beings have?
Not the same thoughts as we, but they have thoughts. They dream.
How many people are unalived by
What
deers running
justifies slaughtering
across?
the animals, sir? What
How
justifies
many
slaughtering the animals?
deers? How many deers run in
Deers?
front of
It's
vehicles on the
deer,
interstate
sir.
and
It's
unalive people on the
deer.
highway?
Liam, what justifies slaughtering cows?
The only net benefit that they bring to the globe is a food source. That's
I
that's
can
the
I can say the same about you. The only benefit you bring society is you're a food source for me. Would that grant me the right to slaughter you?
what? Excuse me?
That's what I deem your value as. You're just a commodity for
We
me.
build infrastructure.
Would that be a good reason, Liam,
We
to
build
slaughter you?
car. What, dude? Stop it. Okay. You know how bad this debate sounds from. Okay. Don't stop comparing me to a cow, bro.
What's the difference? All you do
What's-
is eat and shit. You didn't build anything, did you? You didn't build the iPhones. You didn't do any of that.
I did build many homes. I have a construction company. Yeah, I've put people in shelter in boxes, okay, that they've lived their
Yeah,
entire
well,
lives in.
that doesn't
Okay?
matter to me. That doesn't matter to
I mean,
me
you've
because
done nothing. You want to do a
because
comparison between you and
because
I?
in my view, you're just a commodity for my benefit. That's your only net benefit.
So this is the
Would that be
benefit.
good? Would that be a good reason to slaughter you?
Because why would a good reason to slaughter me? Say that again. I'm sorry, Mike.
Oh, because that's how I deemed your value, your benefit to me.
But that's not correct. You're not being correct. You're not being honest.
Oh, who's the arbiter of what's
You're
true?
being
Hold on,
dishonest.
hold on a second. Who tells you what's the arbiter of the truth here in terms of how we deem other beings to be?
Well, that's a good question, Mike. We have to
Well, answer the question.
we have to find absolute truth. Okay?
No,
Right?
we don't. That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, we
I'm
do.
asking
Your
who's
your
the arbiter?
definition of truth
Liam,
is subjective.
Liam, who is the
Right?
arbiter of what gives us value?
Who is the arbiter of what gives us value? Who is? God.
Really? You want to
Yeah.
go this? You want to go this route? God? Okay.
Yeah,
So-
God. God.
So if God came down and said, Liam, your
God
net
did come
benefit-
down. God did come down.
Liam, please listen. If
No,
God came down and said, Liam, your only purpose is to be food for Mike, would you succumb to that and just lay down and let me slaughter you?
That's an obtuse hypothetical. That's an obtuse.
oh,
I mean, if that's how you want to debate,
all
Mike,
of a
I mean,
sudden
that's
you won't get-
bad.
You're not going to listen to God now all of a sudden. Right?
You're obtuse, okay? Yeah, you're being obtuse. Sorry. So listen, now you're giving me hypotheticals where God is going to make me a food source for you. What are you,
Yeah, why
4?
not?
What are you,
Why
4
not?
years old?
Why not? What's the difference?
Yeah, we are rational human beings, okay?
Okay, so if I took all the irrational people
that
and
understand-
it would be okay to slaughter
Yeah.
them?
There are some human beings that, are a net negative to a society because they harm individuals. They grape children. They do a lot of things.
Okay,
and they
we're
should,
not talking
and they
about
should be
those
wiped
cases
off
there.
the earth. Yeah.
We're talking about people who are just merely irrational. That's it. Would it be okay to
You're-
slaughter them?
You're irrational. I don't want to slaughter you.
Great. So then you can't use rationality as a justification to slaughter the cows. So what is the justification?
No, I think the justification is people that don't have testosterone from animal products like meat end up
doesn't give you testosterone,
end up
you dumb-
yapping and being
Wait.
and being feminine
Wait, do you
like
think
you.
meat gives you testosterone?
Yes, it has testosterone. Yes.
It doesn't. Meat doesn't give you testosterone.
Wait a
No.
minute. Meat does not contain testosterone?
It doesn't raise your testosterone.
Does it
significantly.
have testosterone? in
Sure,
it,
there might be
Mike?
testosterone in meat, but that doesn't.
It is, Mike.
That doesn't mean it raises
So
your
what you're trying
body
to say-
significantly.
No, you are lacking testosterone because you don't eat meat products. Okay, that's my point.
My testosterone
You're loaded.
is just fine.
You're loaded with soy
My
and
testosterone
chemicals.
is just fine.
No, it's not. You're
Prove
yapping.
it.
You're
Prove it.
yapping like a Democratic Karen right now. Okay, you understand that? Yeah.
What the hell are
Yes.
you talking about? Okay.
You sound like a
So let's try this
Democratic
again.
Karen
Let's try
yapping.
this again. If, for example, you're concerned about testosterone, if it was the case that eating human meat gave you testosterone, would you think it's okay to slaughter humans?
Do you think that you're Parker or Dean Withers with
Oh,
these
can you
stupid
answer-
hypotheticals?
Oh, here we go. Can you answer the question?
Again, answer your stupid hypothetical again. This is so bad, Faith. Go ahead,
If
Mike.
we discovered that eating humans gave you more testosterone, would you think it's okay to slaughter humans for their meat?
No, I would not.
Okay, so then getting testosterone is not a reason to slaughter the cows.
I mean, there's many, many, many reasons why it's
Give me your
okay.
justification. Go ahead. What justifies slaughtering the cows?
I mean, a lot of things. Like I said, it would be it's a food source for human beings.
So can you be food source?
No, not in the way that beef from
Sure,
a cow is
I
no.
can get plenty of meat from your body.
Dude, you wouldn't even be a snack for somebody. You're like skin and bones, okay? Like I said, you're full of soy and bi- and human
You
byproducts,
know that
okay?
the cows you slaughter are full of soy? They eat soy, you know that, right?
Not the ones that I eat. Mine are grass fed off of a farm.
Oh yeah. You know that grass fed typically grass finished.
Do
So
you
they actually
Did you hear the words that came out of my mouth?
most cows eat
Did you
greens for
hear the
most of their
words that
lives
came out of
internally.
my mouth? What did I say? Stay on point, little fella.
Yeah,
I
grass
eat.
fed, Liam. Grass fed typically means grass finished.
Is that what I said? Yeah, you're right. They pump them
Yeah,
with.
I
They
am
pump.
right.
They
So they
pump.
eat grains for most of their lives
Yeah,
until we bring it to slaughter. So I'm asking you, what justifies slaughtering the cows? Is it just because we deem them as a food source? That's it.
we don't deem them. They are a food source, okay?
How do you know that?
Because it's been that way since the beginning of civilization, okay?
Okay, so your argument is it's been that way forever, so we get to continue doing it, correct?
No, I would think that at this point in time, your argument
We're
is
not talking
actually.
about my argument. We're
We are
talking about
talking
you,
about
sir.
your argument
Can,
of
can,
veganism.
can you answer the question then? What justifies slaughtering cows?
Again, let me tell you why, okay? Because I already told you this. They're a food source, okay? They've been that way since the very beginning.
You can also be a food source, Liam.
Okay, and the only reason that you're able to have this conversation now is because they were a food source when we started
Liam,
the
you can be a food
infrastructure in this
source.
country.
Liam, you can be a food source. Did you know that?
Well, the Donners Pass, we were a food source. I think that there was a time.
Oh, okay. So you agree with me? So that doesn't make it okay to eat people?
No,
You
those
can be
would
a
have
food source.
those would have been when people that were already passed away, and their bodies were used for
Okay.
for a food,
Yeah, right.
for food source. Yeah.
If I slaughtered you right now and I ate you, would that be good? Would that be okay? Because you're a food source to me.
I mean, if there was nothing else to eat and you
No,
didn't
we had
have
other
any,
options. We had other options.
we had other options. What is that? A plant?
Sure. Plant based foods.
It's not that way. Dude, listen, whether you like it or not, some form of life is going to be slaughtered.
Nice pivot. Let's try again. Let's try again.
No, it's not a pivot.
Would you slaughter a person for their meat if you had other plant based options?
Who is more valuable, a gopher or a cow?
What kind of pivot was that?
What has more value? What has
Gopher,
more
right?
value? What has more value, a gopher or a cow?
A gopher or you? The gopher, for sure.
Okay, nice
Gopher and cow.
Nice
I don't know.
pivot,
It
little
depends on the
fella.
cow. Can we go ahead? Can you go ahead and
No, answer the
now?
question, Mike.
I don't know what gopher are you talking about? I don't know the context. I don't know who these.
Oh, you don't
are.
think that ground animals and rodents are unalive to put in these crops that load you
Oh,
up?
here comes the crop deaths argument.
Dude, it's not a good
Okay,
argument.
How do you think these animals are dying on crop fields? Go ahead, explain to me.
They're being rototilled up into the soil is what's happening to them.
Okay. Now, what percent of that is caused by meat? Because guess what? What percent of crops are grown for human consumption?
I mean, crops are grown for a lot of different things,
Can
but
you answer the question? What percent of crops are
I
grown
don't
for
know
human
what the
consumption?
percent. I don't know what that. I wouldn't know
It's about
exactly.
30. It's about 30%.
Okay.
So most of what the crop deaths you're referring to are happening because of you,
Because of me.
because of meat eaters like
Because
you,
because of society.
because of people consuming meat. Yes.
Okay, you're telling me that no ground animals, rodents, and such are being unalived from the foods that you're consuming? You absolute douchebag.
Nice insult to top that off. No, of course there are animals being killed in the process of producing crops.
Okay,
But
stop
again,
right there. Thank you for your honesty.
But that doesn't
Sorry
mean
to insult.
veganism is rendered
Sorry
false.
to
What do
insult.
you think? What do you think veganism means?
Yeah, it means reducing, the taking of innocent lives when you can when you don't have to. Yeah, I get something
No,
like
that's
that.
not. You don't know
I
what
know that there's
you don't
I
even
know that
know what
there's some
veganism is. Veganism is the philosophical and ethical stance against animal exploitation. It's against animal exploitation.
expectation or exploitation.
Exploitation.
There
And
it
so
is.
crop deaths are not any kind of violation of their rights. We're not exploiting animals in crop fields. It just happens to be that sometimes accidents occur for the production of crops. And so we
Okay.
don't see those
Okay.
as problems as vegans for the most part
So if you were
because we're
driving
not in control of that.
if you were driving to your your liberal university where you're being educated in your car and I hit you in my semi truck and unalived you just because I wanted to, would I be justified in that?
No, of course not.
Okay.
Because you had the
So
intent.
when you
You had the
rode it
intent to
till
kill
when
somebody.
you rode it till the gophers up in your
That's not
crops.
intentional. That's not intentional. Do you think it's intentional that those animals die?
How okay, I got a question for you. Would
No,
you
answer the question. Do you think those deaths are intentional?
they're not intentional, but it's a fact of
Exactly. They're
life.
not
Okay.
intentional. That's the whole point. They're not. It's not
Okay, it's not
exploitation because
intentional.
we're not intending to kill them
I
for
didn't
anything.
listen. My intention was never to unalive a cow to have a steak.
Yes,
But
it was. That's precisely
no,
the
it
intention. You
wasn't.
want their meat. You want their
It was
body.
not until I got hungry and my stomach said, "Hey, you need to eat, bud." So I went out and got myself a steak.
Yeah, and that
Okay?
steak has to come from a
Yeah, I have
cow.
this would be like this.
That is intentional killing of a cow.
I got a question for you, Mike. Listen to this. If you could save one cow or two gophers, what would you do? Hypothetically, if
I
you
don't
had the choice.
know. It
No,
depends on
chat,
depends on the
chat, watch
cow.
this. Chat, watch this. Two gophers or one cow, Mike?
I
Watch
don't
this,
know.
chat.
Maybe it depends on who they are.
No, they're just innocent creatures going by doing their thing.
I
You
don't
had
know.
to choose.
Probably the cow.
Oh, yes, yes, chat. I did it. Dog walked.
What?
Dog walk, chat.
What?
There it is. Let me get some snowflakes in the chat. Let me get them. Give them to me.
Wow, that was a really good
Dude,
argument.
I cornered you. I cornered you and dog walked you in front of, God, over 100 people. This was beautiful. Clip it. Post it. Never vote for Kamala again. How does it feel, Mike? How does it feel?
It felt great. It felt great.
To have no common
It
sense.
felt great cooking you, and it smells really good. The roasting it smells great.
Roasting potatoes?
Yeah,
Hey,
you got completely roasted here. You don't even know what fucking idea what you're talking about.
do you eat mushrooms?
What justifies slaughtering cows? You still
Do you
haven't
eat-
done it consistently.
Do you eat mushrooms?
Your mom ate my mushroom.
There it is, chat. He can no longer debate. I literally wrecked him so hard, he can't even come back from it. Look at him.
All right. So yeah, of course I eat mushrooms. I'm a vegan. So what justifies slaughtering cows?
You know that mushrooms grow out of crap, right?
Not necessarily. No.
Yes, necessarily. Yes, they do.
Oh my god.
Tell me the process of how a
No.
mushroom. Tell me the process of how a mushroom grows, bro.
Mushrooms don't have to grow from poop. No.
Oh, so
Just
you?
no.
Yes, they do.
Oh, what's your source on that?
I think you need to do your own research, bro. Are you
Oh,
Are you
yeah,
talking
that's
about?
the-
Are you talking
that's a
about
good
magic?
response.
You talking about magic mushrooms? What kind do you eat, bro?
Look, what justifies slaughtering innocent beings?
I already told you. I'm a meat eater. I'm a meat eater that wants to have less harm in the world. That's why I eat cows. Because like you unalive more gophers and rodents, okay, in the fields that actually turn the
Can you
soil.
demonstrate that?
Oh, yeah. Hey.
Yeah, where's your source?
Let me finish, okay? I only need one cow, okay, to last me months and months and months, okay, in a freezer. You need to have fresh produce and you need to unalive the innocent constantly. So you are a liar. You are a liar and
yeah.
you're a deceiver.
Yeah, you're saying one cow, but how about all the grass and the grains that the cow consumed and the land that had to be destroyed
Can we
for
have a
that cow?
moment? Can we have a moment of silence for all the gophers you've unalived in your life right now? Just give me a moment.
There is no evidence
A
that all
moment of
these gophers are
silence,
dying
Mike.
like you're describing.
Can we
There's
have
no
a moment
evidence
of
of that.
silence?
There's no source on that. Where's
Can
your
we have a
source
moment
that
of
all these animals
silence?
are dying?
The innocent bodies that have been ripped in half by these machines to put in your soy products, bro.
What percent of soy is grown for humans?
Let's be quiet for 1 minute
What
for these
percent of soy is
animals.
grown for
He
human
won't even
soy?
be quiet for the animals, chat. Listen to him. I want to cry as a liberal.
90% of soy is grown for animal products. So if you're concerned about soy, go vegan, because vegans consume far less soy than the cows you slaughter. The cows you eat consume far more soy than I do. Number one. Number two, again, the studies demonstrate that maybe 1 or 2 animals in 5 or 6 acres actually die in the process of crop farming.
Green
There's no
eyesight.
there's no
Green eyes.
sources.
I agree. I appreciate that.
There's
Green
no
eye.
sources. There's no
Green
sources
eyes
that
said. Green eyes
demonstrate.
said I'm the goat. Wait a minute. Hang on. So go ahead. What was that again? There's no sources for what?
To demonstrate that all these animals are dying for more in the case of vegans versus you.
They absolutely are, dude.
Where's your source on that?
These farms, okay. Do you know how they put in crops?
No, don't ask me questions. I want your source.
I'm a farmer. I need to tell. I don't need a
I
source.
want your source.
When it's coming from the horse's mouth, you don't need a source.
You're a farmer and a builder?
I'm both. Yes.
Okay,
Slayer, what's up,
Mr.
dude?
Bob the Builder, can you please explain to us the source that demonstrates
Why do you
that all
want
these
to
animals
put?
are
Why?
dying?
Why do you want to put all of the in and out employees in poverty and take all their jobs? The Beyond Burger.
Who said that has to be the case,
The
sir?
Beyond Burger is not going to work at
Who said it has to be the case?
Okay.
Can you explain what's the source for your claim?
Why are you wanting to hurt society? Okay, when all we need is a couple cows to survive.
Hurt society? Oh, you
Yeah.
care about society? Well, then you should be vegan, because guess what? Vegans help the environment through reducing water, reducing land destruction. Do you like trees? Well, go vegan, because vegans kill those trees.
Three quarters
Do you
of
care-
the planet
do you-
is
do you
covered by
like-
water. Stop
like-
with the water argument.
Do you like
That's dumb.
pandemics? Do you like pandemics? Because
Not,
vegans
not,
reduce
not the ones
pandemics.
not the ones that are made by the Democratic Party. No.
Yeah, you're completely lost.
No,
You have
I'm not.
idea
No,
what
I'm
you're
not.
talking about.
I don't like people's illnesses being weaponized by the government. Maybe
Well, did you know
do.
that most of these diseases start?
Wait a
in
minute.
factory
Did you get
farms?
the jab? You did, didn't you?
Why does it fucking matter if I got a vaccine?
Oh my gosh.
Why does that matter?
How many boosters have you? How many
Can you-
boosters have you had?
I gave your mom a boost last night. Can you answer the question now? What's your source for your bullshit?
So my mom's a trans woman. So you hooked up with a dude last night?
First of all, trans women are women, but no. Your mom is definitely not a trans woman. Your mom is definitely not a trans woman.
No, that's on your background. Trans women are women.
You want to talk about that? Let's go ahead.
Yeah, let's talk
I'll be happy
about
to
that.
cook you there as well. You want a second cookie?
You haven't cooked anything, bro. Okay, at all. Nothing. Okay, let's go. What did you cook?
Yeah, let's go.
Would
all
you
did was
cook a
pivot
piece of
last
celery?
time.
You cooked a piece of celery or something, or what are you talking about?
Yeah, I cooked your entire view.
Okay, trans women. What makes a man a woman? What makes a human adult male a female?
That's a complete straw man. I never said males are female.
I started out with a question you can't answer. That's how weak you are.
Your
at
question's
debating.
malformed. That's like asking, why do you think the sky is black? That's a malformed question. Because you don't think the sky is black. I don't think males are females. The view is that trans women are women, not because they're female, because womanhood is an identity.
Okay.
And they have that identity.
Does someone's identity does that speak absolute truth?
There's no such thing as absolute. What do you mean by absolute truth? That's nonsense.
What is 2 plus? What is 2 plus 2?
4.
Is that absolute truth,
It's when we say no, it's
or is
an
that subjective?
it's objective, but it's context dependent.
It's objective. That's an absolute truth. Okay, let's get back into the conversation.
Do
So
you know
that's
the difference between
dude. I've literally
synthetics and
cooked you
analytics?
at every corner, bro. Every corner.
No, do you know the difference between synthetics and analytics?
Listen, stop it, bro. Stop it. I'm not
No.
gonna
No,
play
do
your
you know
little
the difference
games.
between analytics?
Let's get back to trans individuals.
No,
okay?
this is important for the conversation. There's
No,
a
it's
difference
not. It's
between
Phil. It's
analytical-
Phil, bro. Shit. It has no relevance.
There's a difference between analytical
Now
truths.
you're muting me, and it's not working. You're not winning.
There's a difference between analytical truths and synthetic truths. In the case of analytics, like for example, 2 + 2 is 4. Yes, that is objectively true, but not in all cases. It's not the case that absolute in the case you're using it. There's no such thing as something true in every context. That doesn't exist. It can be objective, but only apply in certain cases. So that's what you're using 2 + 2 is 4 in the context of. Now, when you say, well, how about somebody's identity? Is that absolutely true? Well, no, because that's a synthetic. We're basing that on empirics and physical facts about the world that are not, they're not analytical truths. Those are synthetic truths.
Okay,
That's the difference.
I do. I understand what you're saying. So you're saying that in the view of a social identity, a social construct, you're saying that someone's truth is subjective, right? Because some people can say, you're not a woman, you are a woman, but it doesn't really matter. It's self-identifying, right?
No. Everybody has an identity, right? Everybody has a gender identity, including you. That is true to you. Now, all we're saying is that trans women have a woman identity. That's why they're women. It's
Okay.
true. It's a fact.
Would that also work? Let's say that I walked down the sidewalk and you were driving by and you saw me, and I was dressed as an astronaut, but I've never taken the training. I've never been an astronaut. Does that mean I'm an astronaut because I think I'm an astronaut?
No, because astronauts are not identities, and identities are not thoughts. They're not just mere thoughts.
Wait a minute. Saying that I'm an astronaut, that's not an identity?
Nope.
I'm identifying as an astronaut.
No, you're not. You're labeling yourself an astronaut. There's differences. An identity is something deep internal.
Oh, so there has to be some form of truth to it. So okay, there has to be some, because that would just be like a
What?
costume.
You're so fucking
That would be a
confused.
costume, right?
You're so fucking confused. The way we
No,
see
I'm not. Would that be a costume?
Yes, astronaut's a costume.
Awesome. So if I have male genitalia,
So let's go back to
so
reality.
if I have male genitalia and I'm walking down the street dressed as a woman, is that a costume?
I don't know if it's a costume, but it's a presentation. But that we're not saying that's what makes you a woman.
Oh,
So again,
okay, we're
yet
getting
another straw
somewhere.
man. Yet another straw
Getting
man.
somewhere. Trans people, it's just a presentation. Okay.
No,
All right.
that's exactly what I didn't say.
Nice.
Try
We're
listening
getting
this time. Try
somewhere,
listening this
Mike.
time. So let's try again this time. Being a woman is not a presentation. It's an identity. And women have that. That's why trans women have that. And that's why you have a man identity. That's why you're a man. And so it's not about presenting. It's not about thinking. It's a deep internal sense of self.
What's one absolute characteristic that all women would accompany?
There are no necessary. There are no necessary.
No, don't
conditions.
interrupt yet, Snowflake. What one characteristic would be an absolute truth that would accompany all women, trans women, biological?
There's no trait. There is no such trait that's necessary to be a woman.
How about ovaries? Would that be
That's
one?
sex. That's not gender. Try again.
But I want to say that sex and gender are synonymous.
Well, that's your problem. The problem is
That's my problem.
You're equating those two things when they're vastly different. We're learning now psychology.
Okay, once trans, always trans?
You can't choose to be trans.
Okay, once trans, always people don't detransition?
No, detransition
No,
doesn't
they
mean you weren't
don't.
trans.
No, they don't.
Do you know? Oh my God, detransitioners mean that
Do you know who
society.
Do you know who Walt Tyer was?
No, I don't. So
Okay,
let's try this again.
type it in your other device right now.
Oh my God, let's try this. Let's try
Walt
this again.
Tyer, punch it in right now, bro.
Detransitioners are not people who were never trans, but they thought they were trans. It's mostly the case that they were pressured by other people.
Wait a minute. No, no,
Just
no, no,
like
no.
people who are gay
That's
suppress their
anecdotal.
sexuality.
That's anecdotal, Mike. That's anecdotal. No, no, no. There's no evidence that push that. That's a lie. Okay. There are people who've had
Further.
gender reassignment surgery who have detransitioned after they knew that their idea of their social construct was a lie and it was false. Look up Walt Heyer right now for me. You don't know what you're talking
so
about.
here's this here. Yeah, so here's
Stop
a
lying
study.
and hurting society as we know it. Look up Walt Heyer.
Okay. All right, dummy. Let's go ahead and
Look up Walt Heyer for me, please. No, actually, for yourself. I know.
yeah,
this
I'll do
person.
that after. I'll do that after we
After you what? Run from me? Run from the argument?
no, after I show you this. Factors leading to detransition among transgender diverse people.
Wait,
in the
what
United
is this?
States.
What is this source? What is this source? Go
Oh,
back up.
it's a scientific study.
LGBTQIA health. Is that the source?
Yes, that's a journal.
Okay. Okay. This is not
A
biased.
total of 17,000 people. 82% reported. 82% reported at least one external factor. Frequently endorsed internal factors include pressure from family and societal stigma. There you go.
So has the court system and the justice system?
There you go.
Hang on a second, Mike. Has the court
Bing,
system?
bing, 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 bing,
Has
bing,
the
bing,
court
bing.
system and the justice
Bing,
system
bing, 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 bing.
pushed and forced people to not grape children?
What are you talking about, brother?
You're saying that people are forced into doing things. Should people be forced into doing things? Let's say that if it's
What are you
harming
talking about?
others.
Nobody's forced. What are you talking about?
Wait a minute. No one's forced. How about the trans couple that took their child for reassignment surgery in Cuba and pulled $10,000 out of their account? Why don't you search this up? See if Liam is lying to you right now.
Oh
This
my
just
God.
happened. This has happened recently in the news. You haven't heard about this?
I don't know who you're talking about. What was the context?
Okay.
You know the context?
Child was abducted, okay, by trans parent. Okay.
They were abducted by trans people?
Can I finish before you start laughing at a child being abducted
Oh, man.
from its mother? Why are you laughing at that, Mike?
Because you're clearly probably taking this out of context. You're not giving me
I'm
the
not.
actual
Why don't
story.
why don't you go case by case? I'll give it to you right now and you can look it up and call me a liar in front of all these people. You know why? Because you won't. Because you know you're wrong.
Oh my
Inherently,
gosh.
deep down, you know you're wrong,
All
Mike.
right, so you're saying that, let's say you're right. Let's say these people were bad people. Does that mean that all trans people are bad because one person was bad?
No. I didn't say
Okay,
that
so then
all
why are you
trans people are
why are you
bad
invoking
people.
this single instance?
I'm talking about protecting children, okay?
They are
And
not
I
being harmed.
believe
Children
that
are being harmed.
and I believe that children are the innocent. And I believe that they cannot consent. I don't believe that they have the frontal lobes that adults do
Liam,
to navigate and
what do you
understand these
think
questions.
children are?
I
What do you
think
think
they
we're?
can be manipulated and coerced.
What do you think we're forcing them to do without their consent? Can you explain that? What are we forcing them to do?
Why are you cutting me off when I'm in the middle of eating?
What are the experts forcing children to do? Explain.
The experts meaning universities?
Doctors. What are doctors forcing children to do?
I never made a claim that doctors are trying to do anything. I would speak more
Okay, then who's
on
forcing
liberal.
children to get?
I would
to
speak
do
more
this?
on liberal universities that are educating children that that you can literally change your male anatomy and present as the opposite sex, which is not based in reality.
You don't think you can present as a woman? You don't
I
think
can
you-
go
you-
out. I can
You
go
don't
out
think you
and
can change your expression to a woman?
I could go out on Halloween and present as Batman. That doesn't make me Batman.
We're not saying that presenting makes you that, right? We're not
Yes,
saying
you
that.
did. You said that presenting
No,
makes.
you're not fucking listening because you're too stupid.
Now you're just cussing because you're
Let's-
angry, dude.
No, you're not listening.
And you're muting
We're
me.
not-
Why?
Calm down. We're not saying just because you present as a woman, you are a woman. We're saying that it's an identity that women have. So you stop bringing up the Batman thing. It doesn't work. Now, you're trying to say that we're brainwashing children or forcing them. What are we forcing them to do? Explain to us what we're forcing them to do.
There's coercement going on. Okay, with
Coercement?
yes, children are being coerced and lied to. Okay, that they
About
were
what? What is a
that they
lie?
that they were born in the wrong body because their mind, their brain does not match the sex of their body. I don't believe that to be so.
We're
I
not teaching
believe
them that they're born in the wrong
I'll,
body. We're
I
teaching them that gender identities are real and they go beyond your sex. Yes, that is a fact of reality. That their brain has to do with gender identity and is different from your sex sometimes. And
I
it's
will
incongruent. That's
I
not a
will
lie, sir. That's a scientific fact.
I will grant you this. Gender identities are subjective, okay? Because under your worldview, everything is subjective. Okay?
Not at all. No,
Yes,
there
it
are
is.
objective facts.
Why? Because I taught you that there are objective facts, like
No,
2 + 2 is 4.
no, dude, you're so fucking dumb. No, obviously there are analytical truths. I knew this before you came up here.
The second time you've cussed at me up here, you're so good at this debating thing. And you muted me because you were getting handled. Okay, I'm your handler. Go ahead. What else you got? You know that I've dog walked you, Mike. That's why you don't bring me up in your life. Am I going to get perma-banned from here because you don't like being defeated?
I gave you a source. You didn't give me one single source.
I've
I
given
showed
you.
you. I
I've given
pointed
you
out why
two.
you're incorrect. You haven't shown me why I'm
I
incorrect.
I I told you to look up Walt Tire. You basically said
I
no.
granted you. I granted you that was a real incident that was bad. But
No, that was the second source.
That still doesn't render trans people invalid.
That was the second source. How about the trans individual in Minnesota
Oh my
that
gosh. You can give me 2, you can be 4, you can give me 1,000 different cases where trans people have done terrible things.
1,000 and you? Oh wow.
I can give you 1,000 different cases where trans people have done many things, bad things. I can give you a million cases of cis people doing bad things. That doesn't mean that cis people are bad in general, and also doesn't mean that trans people are bad in general. It means that there are bad people in any kind of demographic. This is clearly the case. So stop trying to cherry pick a few incidents and say, "Oh, look, bad, trans bad," because it's not going to work. So let's try to provide a solid, sound
Okay.
argument.
So if a man has to steal prim, okay, from a pregnant female horse so he can take HRT, so he can feel right in his own body, we're saying that this is a valid experience.
You don't think cis males take testosterone? You know that HRT happens with cis people too, right?
Some individuals take HRT.
Yeah, just because they're trans, taking HRT doesn't invalidate them.
Yeah, but
Right.
when we're trying to take it in doses to actually manipulate and change the structure of our body,
Yeah, what's
okay,
wrong with that? What's wrong with
there's a
that?
lot wrong with that. For starters,
What's wrong?
wait a second, Mike. What's wrong with that is decade from now or two, when we look back on this and look at the effects of these drugs on the body and of the mind and everything that happened, this is going to be a stain on our history. Okay.
Oh yeah, what's your evidence that that's going to happen? When the opposite is the fact. All the evidence shows that gender affirming care saves lives, and that people are far happier for having gone through those surgeries and HRT therapies. It's almost never the case that they go, "Oh man, I wish I didn't do that." It's 90% or more of the time people are happy with doing this gender affirming care. It saves lives, sir. It's healthcare.
No, bro. Listen to me. If you could tell me this,
That's not an argument. Saying no,
listen.
bro, is
No,
not
no,
an
no,
argument.
no, no, no. I'm presenting the argument. If you could stop being emotional, okay. So, Mike, if you can tell me that a trans individual 100% of the time, once they understand that their gender dysphoria is actually true and valid, that there's 100% of the time they don't detransition, I will concede to this entire
We already went
argument.
over this. Detransition does not mean they were not trans. That's not what detransition means.
It means that they were deceived from the beginning, bro.
I already explained to you. I gave you the source showing you that it's societal pressure. People like you, dumbasses like you, who go, "You're not trans," to their children, and then it makes them convinced that they're wrong, that they're doing something bad. Just like gay people, right? A lot of gay people have been suppressed and suppressed their sexuality because of familial pressure.
So you're saying, under your worldview, Mike, I want the chat to hear this. You think there's nothing wrong with two male adults in an intimate, loving relationship?
Why would there be something wrong with that?
I mean, we could look at you know, STIs. We could look at a lot of things that are more
You
rampant.
can get
I
that
know,
as a cis, as
I know,
cis
I know
people,
you're gonna,
as
you're gonna, I know
cis
you're
gay
gonna,
people.
yeah, not at the number that gay men would.
Why does it make it immoral
Okay,
if to have safe sex?
okay, so this would be my point. Okay, this would be my point. Tell me the relative difference. Why it is not wrong for two adult consenting males to love one another and to be in a relationship, but it's not okay for two brothers to do it.
Because the brothers are, first of all, you can have.
He can't even answer the
Can you stop and
question.
let me explain to me? There's a power issue there, right? Having your family be brothers and two brothers having a relationship like that would be a bit weird.
Why?
The
Oh, it's weird.
power dynamic.
Okay.
The
It's
power
weird?
dynamic. Stop and listen. The power dynamics are an issue there, right? Because people can take advantage of their family members. That's the problem with that. And yeah, it would be a bit weird. And
Is it true that in a majority, if not most, of gay
but again,
relations?
even if
Hang
but
on,
again,
Mike.
Liam, stop. Listen, this
Cutting
is
me off.
important. Even
Honest.
if we found that there's nothing wrong with two brothers doing it, that wouldn't mean that two gay people couldn't do it. Your point is moot. Your whole point is moot there.
No, it's not, bro.
Yes, it is, because it doesn't matter in the end. It's two consensual people.
Okay, in the end, it doesn't matter. Two brothers hooking up or two men that don't know each other
That's
hooking
not
up.
what I said.
It doesn't matter, right?
I said that in the case of the brothers, there's a power dynamics issue, right? In the case of two consensual other people doing it, that's different.
Okay, a power dynamic issue. Okay, I can hear that. I can see that. So kind of like in a gay relationship, when you have one partner that's presenting feminine and another one that
no,
presents
that's not what it means.
Why do you keep interrupting, dude?
That's not what it means.
Can I mute you? Can I mute you
No.
when I'm in the middle of a sentence?
You're so dumb.
Am I dumb? No. There's not a power dynamic there when one half of the couple presents feminine and one presents masculine, and they're of the same sex.
That's not a power dynamic.
Oh my gosh!
What are you
Chat, how many
talking about?
times is this guy going to lose the debate tonight? How many times are you
The
going to
whole
lose
point,
the
look,
debate, Mike?
Liam, look, the whole point is this.
He's muting.
Because you're not listening.
Ow!
Right? Why is it wrong for a brother and a sister? For the same reason. There's a power dynamics issue. We know that brothers
No, that's not
can
why.
we know that men,
That's a
males
lie.
in particular, can take advantage of family because they're close together. They live together very closely. They know each other very well, and they have a particular relationship with their parents, and so there's an issue there. The same with brothers and brothers. That is absent outside of two families, outside of the same family. That's the difference. So now
That's
that you
not the
understand,
reason,
now
Mike.
that you understand the difference
Mike, that's
between
not the
that and
reason.
a feminine person and a masculine person, please recognize my point.
You said there was a power dynamic, and I showed you that there is a power dynamic no matter what. So
That is not
so
true.
hang on. Yes, there is. You're a liar. Stop it. Let me prove the point. within a brother and sister sharing the same bloodline, the issue would not be a power dynamic. The issue would be that there would be birth defects when the human adult female, I know that you don't understand. If I was going to say woman, but you would have thought that was a trans.
We don't
person.
mean
So,
physical power, you
okay,
fucking
so
idiot. We don't need physical
now
power.
you're cussing again because you're losing. Let me finish.
We don't need
Okay.
physical power, you fucking idiot.
Yeah, show him some snowflakes. Okay, he needs his moment. So listen, is it
We don't
true?
need
Is
physical
it
power.
true or false that there are? Is it true or false that sharing the same bloodline and having children can cause issues for the child? Yes or no?
Yeah, nice pivot though.
Birth defects. You're so bad at this, Mike. You're so bad. My goodness. Stop yapping to your chat and actually repent, give your life to God, and you'll really come up here with some truth, okay?
Repent?
Yes. Make a U-turn. That's what repentance means. Stop going down the wrong path, okay? You need testosterone, you need masculinity, and you need God on your side, brother.
Where do I need God? On my side?
Yeah.
Well, like a
You need to
handbag?
know how to navigate through these
I gotta
conversations.
carry God like a handbag?
You need to know how to
This is
navigate.
ridiculous, sir. This is completely ridiculous. You have not brought a single valid or sound argument today to the table.
Wow. I don't think that the chat completely agrees with you there, dude. And this is all
I
your
don't
room
care
right
about
now.
what the chat says. We're not
Oh,
talking
I
to
do.
the chat.
I do. You don't care about the chat. I do.
Okay, you care about the chat, but you don't care about having good arguments.
I do. I absolutely
like
do.
that. Then give a good argument.
I've cornered you in every argument that you had your background. You had to take it all down.
Well,
You no
haven't
longer
cornered
even
me a
argue
single
that.
bit. I explained to you every answer.
Mike,
You didn't
I
corner me
made
ever.
you take your background down. I dog walked you so hard. You took it down forever. Okay.
Oh, that's what you're scared of. Oh, this is like the
Look at now. I made him put it back up. Look
this
at
is
that.
like the
Look at that. Look at that. Good
oh,
boy.
that's
Do as
what
you're
he's
told.
scared of.
Good
He's scared of the
boy.
background.
Good boy. Do as you're told.
He's scared of the background.
I'm
Oh
not.
no, get your crucifix. The devil.
So I touched on God. I showed that you have no morality. I talked on veganism, showing how you're.
I have no morality. You
Yes.
really believe that? You
Yes,
really
I
think
do.
have no
I do
morality?
believe that. It's all.
Okay.
It's all subjective to you.
That doesn't invalidate its morality.
It's man's idea of absolutism. Okay.
Oh, wait a
Yeah.
minute.
And
Wait
men
a
are
minute. So
flawed.
you think morality is objective because God says it, right?
You think Jeffrey Epstein should be the
Answer
person
my
that
question, Liam.
I'm in
Answer
the
my
middle.
question, Liam.
I did answer it. You didn't listen. I said yes. Okay.
Okay. So
no,
if God said that you can rape your wife, would that make it okay?
Here comes the hypotheticals again, chat. No, because God would never ask that.
Oh, so in 1 Samuel 15, when he actually commanded the Amalekites to slaughter the Israelites to slaughter the Amalekites and kill every infant and take the spoils of war. Was that a good command that God did objectively? To kill infants?
Yes. Yeah. The entire commandment was justified. I can tell you why. I hear this.
So you think killing infants was good?
Just stop, bro. Let me
You think
explain.
killing infants was objectively good?
Let me explain why, bro. Do you think it would have been better? Okay, I have to start this a little hypothetical because you've done 12 and I've done no hypotheticals. Okay. Would it be better that, okay, if you could tell the future, would it be better that Schmittler was unalived or he was allowed to unalive millions of Jewish people? Go ahead.
Yeah, it probably would be better that he didn't live.
There it is.
But we don't know that.
There it is.
But what's the likelihood that all those infants and those women raped would have been Hitler?
Because listen, as the creator
What's
of
the
all,
likelihood of that, sir?
me-
that
let me-
all those infants killed would have been Hitler's?
because this would have been a civilization that we know from the Amalekites were graping children.
No.
I'm not. I'm in the middle of speaking, bro. If you're going to listen, don't cherry pick what happened to the Amalekite people, okay? Because we know that these were terrible people who were unjust. Okay, they were not obeying God
So
and were
maybe Liam,
graping and pillaging.
maybe instead of killing them, maybe it's better to raise them properly. Why couldn't God do that?
God did do that.
No, he didn't. He commanded their deaths. He commanded
not-
their deaths. He didn't raise them properly. He commanded them to die.
Listen, they're not puppets. So he's not the puppet master. We have a will, a free will, bro. Okay? Understand? They chose these people.
So you're saying because we have free will, we can't be educated?
Some of us don't seem like we can. No, Mike,
Yeah, this is absurd.
you're absurd, bro.
You think that it'd be better to slaughter infants than to just educate them properly?
You just told me it would have been better to slaughter Smetler, you absolute buffoon.
If we knew that he would do the things he did with 100% certainty, that's not the same with the Bible verse.
The text states that these individuals were already doing this graping and pillaging. So it said,
infants? Infants were doing that?
No, listen, they said that these individuals, the Amalekites, okay, were graping, pillaging, all this stuff. God warned them, told us up. They did not listen.
In Numbers 31, God allows you to take
now you're
the great
deflecting.
wives.
Moving the pivoting again, Mike.
It's not a pivot.
Pivoting again, Mike.
It challenges your view because in Numbers 31, God allows rape.
Oh my gosh, dude.
He does.
This is unbelievable, buddy.
God allows in Numbers 31:7 to take all the plunders and spoils of war, including people and animals, and enslave people. Take the Midianite women and children.
Where does it talk about the grape? Where does it talk about graping children?
Numbers 31.
Read the text to me where it says graping children. I want to hear it. Go ahead.
Not children, women.
Okay. Take the women and grape the women. Go ahead. I want to hear it. Read it out.
Yes.
Verbatim.
It's a long verse. They fought against Midian as the Lord commanded Moses and killed every man. They also killed Balaam. The Israelites captured the Midianite women. They captured the women and children, took all the Midianite herds, flocks, and goods as plunder. They burned all the towns. They took all the plunder and spoils, including people and animals, and brought the captives, spoils, and plunder to Moses. Now kill every woman who slept with a man, but save for yourselves every girl who has never slept with a man. What's that mean, sir?
It doesn't say anything about graping.
Oh my gosh. You can't be fucking serious.
It does not. It does not say anything about graping.
It says kill every woman who has slept with a man, but save for yourselves every girl who has never slept with a man. It's clearly talking about taking the virgins as spoils of war.
Yeah, but you can honestly you can say that it says that, but it does not say anything about taking them and graping those children.
It says they take them as captives and take them as spoils of war. Do you know what that means, sir? It's like a gift, a reward. You take them, capture them, take the virgins. What does that imply? Oh yeah, great. So it implies grape.
You grape your gifts?
According to God, yes, that is a gift. According to your Jesus guy, that grape and by the way, murder is okay.
So who wrote the Mosaic Law? Who wrote the old? Who wrote the?
I don't know what to say to this. I don't know. Trump, where are you?
The Old Testament.
Build the wall. Where's the ballroom, Trump? Help me, Trump. Save me. The gas prices are getting higher. You don't know what to do, sir. You're confused.
No, I'm not. Who wrote the Old Testament, Mike?
Everything has collapsed because
you put everything
on your belief in God.
Who wrote the Old Testament, Mike?
God.
It's the Mosaic Law, right?
This is God's law, sir. This is God's command.
God wrote the Old Testament,
This is God's
the
command, sir.
Bible.
Is this not God's command?
Yeah, I was just asking you who wrote the Bible, the Old
It
Testament.
doesn't matter who wrote it. It doesn't matter. The
It
point is, these are
absolutely
God's
does.
commands. These are God's commands.
It absolutely
Why
does.
are you not addressing the elephant in the room? God commanded rape. So would you do it? If God told you to rape your wife because she might have become Hitler, would you think that's okay?
God would not do that, okay?
But what if he did? What if he said rape your wife because she will become Hitler soon? Would that be okay to do it?
No, it wouldn't, because Christ.
Oh, so even if God says people will become Hitler, it's still wrong to do it.
Because God, okay?
You can't say God wouldn't do it because it's a hypothetical. You have no reason why God couldn't do it.
God did say not do it, okay?
Where? No, he did not. He never said don't do that.
Read the
I'm
book.
giving you a hypothetical
In
that's
the New
perfectly valid.
Testament, okay, where Christ fulfilled the law, the
There
Hebrew
is no
law.
fucking Christ. It's not real. I'm asking you.
I don't
if
care
God,
which you
Liam, you're
prove
obfuscating
that
for a
there
reason.
is. You already proved God.
There's no logical impossibility with God saying to great people. He already did in the Bible.
Mike,
just refuse
you
to believe it.
proved God.
So I'm asking you a simple question. If
You
God,
proved the truth of God's
why is it the
existence.
case that you're rejecting God if God said to grape somebody? Why would you reject God?
Dude, the muting has got to stop, bro. Seriously.
Why would you reject God's command?
If you're winning this debate, why do you have
Why
to
would you
why do you
reject
have to
God's
stop
command?
being emotional? I'm asking a question. If you're winning the debate, why do you have to silence me?
Because you're not answering the question. Can you answer now? Why would you reject God's command?
If I'm not answering, then why would you be muting?
Can you you're not muted, sir. Just answer.
You have to look at the Bible in its entirety here, okay?
The context.
You're cherry picking. You're
Cherry picking.
out
Sorry,
of
it's a verse that describes explicitly that you can kill people, kill infants, and take the spoils of war and keep the virgins for yourself. That is not good in any context. By the way, you haven't answered the question. Why would you reject God's command if he commanded you to grape?
I told you that I serve a just God that would not command me to
How do you know
grape.
that? How do you know God wouldn't say that?
Because I've read the New Testament and the Bible where Christ
What if you're wrong about what you read?
Christ sacrificed himself for mankind's
What if for this
wickedness,
particular example, God says, forget the Bible, Liam, and do this action? Would you do it?
Listen, I don't follow Judaism, okay? I don't follow Islam.
Can you answer the question?
So stop it, dude, with the bullshit.
Can you answer the question? If God commanded you to grape, and he said, Liam, I have a reason for this. You go ahead and rape this person.
You're so bad at debating.
Would you do it? Would you do it?
No, I wouldn't do it.
So you would reject God's commands, even though God
would not
authority.
God would
Then you don't get your morality from God, do you?
God would not command me to do that.
How do you know that?
He has never commanded, okay?
That's a black swan fallacy. Just because you've never seen a black swan doesn't mean it's not there.
Show me in the Bible where Christ has commanded, okay, to take a woman and grape. Because I will tell you this right now.
Numbers 31.
Stop it. Stop, please.
31.
Please, dude. One second, please. David took Bathsheba because he saw her.
No, we're not going to listen to your fairy tales.
You're cherry picking. You're a BS artist. You cannot cherry pick out of the Bible and not allow me to explain myself.
I'm asking a straightforward
question. You're being
rude. Why would you reject God's command?
You're being rude and deceitful, dude, is what you're doing.
Okay, why would you reject God's command if he told you to grape?
I'm explaining myself to you. You have to allow me to partake in the debate, Mike.
Can you answer the question? Why would you reject God's command if he told you to grape?
The Bible literally speaks on taking a person that is not yours for self-gratification.
Where does it say that?
This would be Bathsheba.
Where does it say that?
Oh my gosh.
Where's that law? What law is that?
Do you want the exact chapter and verse? You could read it for us?
Yeah, I want the law.
Yeah, one of which I think would be and it would be the sixth commandment. The
Sixth commandment.
fifth and the sixth. Thou shalt not unalive would be fifth, and sixth would be adultery.
Adultery doesn't mean that just means cheating. It doesn't mean rape. What are you talking about?
Oh, so the Bible says don't commit adultery, but it's okay to grape?
Yes, that's what your Bible says. Yes,
Are you
your
a
Bible
buffoon,
allows
bro?
grape. Yes,
Are you an
your Bible
absolute
allows
buffoon?
grape. Yes.
Oh my gosh, dude, you need some meat in your diet. This is insane.
You're stuck, right? You're stuck.
No, I'm not stuck at all, bro. At all.
Help me. Help. You're stuck, sir, because you're too dependent on the Bible. You're too dependent on your religion. You're stuck in the matrix.
No,
And
I'm
you-
not. No,
and
I'm
you
not.
can't think for yourself. That's why you're completely dependent on God's morality. And that's a detriment to you.
You're absolutely right. I am dependent upon God's morality. You're absolutely
That's the
right.
problem.
That's what gives
exactly the
me.
problem.
That's what gives me truth, absolute truth. That's what gives me direction, and
How
that's
do you
what
know
gives.
that? How do
And
you know
that's
any
what.
of this?
And
How do you
that's
know
what
it gives
gives
you
me
truth?
hope.
How do you know that it gives any
Because
of
I
this a
don't. Because I don't follow a God that is a liar.
How
That's
do you know
why.
that? How do you know God hasn't lied to you?
How do I know that?
Yeah.
Because he came down and was crucified and unalived for the wickedness
That
of
means he
his,
didn't lie to you
of his
ever? That doesn't
of
mean
his
he didn't lie?
creation.
That means he didn't lie?
Yes.
How? How does that follow? Because somebody does an action, that means they never lied?
Yes, I believe that if you
How does that follow?
no greater love than a man that laid down his life for another. Okay.
That didn't answer my question.
You
How is
don't
it the
you
case
don't
that just
think
because somebody lays their life down, that means they never
yeah,
lied
you
before?
don't believe this is all the entire existence is fulfilled with love. That's what you're Mike, please just give me 1 second. This whole argument is surrounding even veganism and all this is less harm in the world. Now, before you start laughing, just listen to me for a second. Is it not a great argument to say, hey, doesn't this all come down to love and like kindness?
Yeah, not the Bible. The Bible is not
Hey,
a
stop with
arbiter
the
of
Bible.
kindness.
Stop with the Bible. I didn't go there.
Christianity does
Dude,
not preach kindness all the time.
you're not
It
tracking right
preaches a
now.
lot of bad.
You're not tracking. Okay. Stay in present right now in my conversation. Stay away from going to the Bible. I understand you don't believe the Bible. That's fine. I said, are you not for less harm in the world?
Of course I am for less harm.
Okay. I am as well. You don't believe that I am, but I am. All right.
Well, why is this relevant when you are a Christian? And I'm asking you, how do you know your God has never lied to you? How do you know that everything you say is true? You don't know. You're just pretending.
No, I'm not. How am I pretending? You don't know anything
You have
about
no
me.
you have no evidence that God's even real and that the Bible is even true. None of this stuff is evidenced.
Okay, let's do this. Send me your book. I want to read your book that you've written. Can you send it to me? What's the title? What's the title again? What's it called?
It's called How to Cook Liam.
Okay, and you had
101. I described very thoroughly how to defeat and destroy Liam.
and
With
you
the
had
simple questions
and you
that
had
everybody can answer with a
and I
brainstem.
want you to send me the 40 authors that verified, okay, this book that you've written. You know what? When you are unalive, no one's going to remember you because you never did anything for society and civilization.
Here comes the love, the Christian love.
No, you're asking
be remembered.
You're asking for
nothing in your life. But
You're asking for evidence.
I'm a
I'm telling
construction
you, you
worker.
will have no evidence of your existence. You understand? You never
No,
did
I don't.
anything for civilization, for mankind.
That's your subjective opinion.
No, that's my absolute opinion.
Your absolute opinion. What do you?
Yeah.
What the fuck are you? The universe's creator? No, you're just a person. You have no grounding for anything you just stated.
I have a lot of grounding for things I've stated. There are individuals in this life
Not very
that
evident.
actually do things that actually help society as we know it. There's other individuals that just honestly they've deceived their own selves. You're deceiving yourself is what you're doing.
Right, right.
You tell me
By
what you're
having
doing in
consistent arguments.
tell me what you're doing in your life that gives you this absolute truth besides yapping at cat moms on TikTok, bro. What is it?
What gives me what? Purpose?
Yeah, what gives you purpose besides your yapping on TikTok? What do you do, Mike?
People, nature, animals, family, friends. That's what gives me purpose. I don't need God to have purpose.
Nature.
I can create purpose. I can do
Nature.
great
How did
things.
nature come about there, Mike? Did just a big bang and it happened? It's there? How did it happen?
No, you're not. You don't think
The
if you think the Big Bang is just an
molecules?
explosion, you're confused. The universe could have always existed.
Always exist. Oh, okay.
Yeah, nature could have always been. We're just a part of it.
Could have always been. And where did it come from?
Well, if it was always there, it didn't come from anywhere. It just always
Oh, it
was.
was just always sitting there. And then did it evolve?
Yeah, it undergoes cosmic evolution, and so did we undergo biological evolution.
Did we we swam up to the shore and then grew legs and became apes and then became humans?
No, that's a first grader's understanding of evolution.
Oh,
In reality, you're talking about
you don't believe we're
millions of
animals?
incremental steps.
You don't believe we're animals?
Of course, we're animals, but
Okay,
we didn't evolve like Pokemon.
did we come from animals?
We didn't evolve like Pokemon, sir.
Did we come from animals then? If we are
We
animals.
don't just come from animals. We are animals.
We are animals. So that means that we started out, we came from animals. Did we evolve at all?
Yeah, we evolved, sir.
We did. Yeah, I'm trying to understand the table here. I want to know how we evolved from monkeys, right?
Well, our ancestors were monkey-like, not the monkeys of today, but yes, our ancestors
Okay.
were living in the
All right.
trees. That's why we have graspable hands. That's why we have trichromatic vision. We can see colors just like other apes can because we evolved in the trees.
I don't agree that I understand that you having white privilege would want to say that a black man has been a monkey, but I would never say that, Mike. That's you. You said that, not me. Say it again. Say that black men have evolved from monkeys. Say that again. Go, Mike.
Oh my! I never said we come from monkeys.
You did. You said that human beings come from monkeys.
No,
now say that black men came from monkeys, Mike.
I explained to you. We don't come from monkeys, you dimwit.
Yes, you did. You said it. Want me to play back the tape? You said.
Listen again.
Muting.
We don't come from monkeys. I said we emerged from monkey-like animals in the past, but we don't come from monkeys of today.
Oh, like animal, like
Yeah,
monkey
they were
animals.
primates. They
Okay,
were primates.
I
Primates.
like how you clarified that. Oh, now you don't sound as racist. Mike, you got white privilege, bro. You got white privilege, and you just literally unalived yourself on TikTok. Okay. Wow. Listen to me. Under my view, I don't believe black men came from monkeys. I don't think that I don't think that I have superiority over a black man either. You might, Mike. I don't. Okay?
This is coming from the Christian who believes that slavery, which is enshrined in much of the Old Testament, is perfectly acceptable. Are you kidding me?
No, that's another falsehood. Okay.
Are you kidding? What? The Bible gives you explicit instructions as to how to beat your slave. In
The
Exodus 21.
Bible shows many times that that men do horrendous things in the Bible. It doesn't say that it's right.
The Bible teaches you exactly how to beat your slave with a rod. Did you know that? Did you know that, Liam?
No, Mike.
You didn't read that part, did you, in the Bible?
No,
It teaches you how to
cherry
own a slave.
picking and lying
The Bible
again.
teaches you how to enslave your daughters. It teaches you how to enslave people and how to beat your slaves. It teaches you lots of terrible things.
Hey, I'm not the racist one up here, okay, calling people monkeys, so stop it, dude. Okay?
When did I ever call anybody a monkey?
I
I don't recall that.
literally,
I don't recall
I
that
led,
video.
I held your hand, led you to the water, and you drank from it, bro. Okay, yeah, it's exactly what happened, and I knew you would do it. And listen,
Do what? Do
it's
what?
partially my fault that knowing that you're this ignorant, and I allowed it to happen. I should have never allowed it to happen. Okay,
Right.
but Mike, let me ask you a question. How many cats do you own? Nobody gives a shit.
There it is. The runaway.
Gotta go, guys. Gotta vote for Trump.
I don't know what that guy was on, but definitely not the best display of a loving, kind person. I think that was a display of a very gross-minded, twisted individual. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the live. I know he does the same skit with other people, but I just like revealing how ridiculous these kinds of people are.